Hey there, Wargamers. Luka here from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by Sean, and we are bringing you more Warhammer 40k 10th edition. It will be the Necrons against Death Guard in a right proper, miserable 2,000 point game of two armies that are just typically durable. We're going to be here for a while on this one, I think, everyone. So I bid you sit down and do the same, I suppose.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Warhammer 40k Battle Report.
The Necron list for today is going to be an adaptation of a Silver Tide. As I built the list, I realized, looking through the index here, that there's a lot of elements I wanted to add to it, so expect them in the future. This list has no Hexmark Destroyers, and I really want to run them, and I keep forgetting, so I apologize. I promise I'll try and get a game in with some Hexmark Destroyers, because I think you all want to see their hilarity as well as me. Now, our force will be led by a Necron Overlord. Boop, right here. He is going to have a Resurrection Orb and a Void Reaper, or Void Scythe. It's just a fancy War Scythe, a strictly better War Scythe. Yeah, the Res Orb on him is going to be pretty critical, I suspect. Moving along, I brought a Royal Court today. For those of you unaware what that is, that's an old Necron thing where they had a special force org for their plethora of support characters, and now this new edition inadvertently, well, not inadvertently, on purpose lets you do that same thing, but without having to have all the complicated rules allowing you to do so. Everyone can kind of have a Royal Court now if they want to. So I will have a Chronomancer. I am going to have two Technomancers with Canoptic Cloaks zipping around the battlefield, but they can still join units. And then I will be running two different Necron Lords with the Lord's Blades, which is just the old War Scythes. They're just not called War Scythes anymore. And I have Res Orbs on both of them. And then my last character for my 7th character is going to be a Locust Lord, actually, with a Lord's Blade as well. Now, this model in particular has the Phylactery associated with it, so I'll be playing it with the Phylactery. I'd rather have the Res Orb though. My own personal ones, which I'll be playing more of in the future, actually has the Res Orb I'd like to run. I just have to not be lazy and actually work on them a little bit. Otherwise, the rest of my forces will be ideally the Silver Tide. So I'm going to be running a Reanimator in this one, because he can be pretty freaking clutch, I suspect, especially if I can keep him alive. And then the other elements will be a couple of Necron Warrior units. In fact, I'm running Flayers. In theory, at a quick glance, I think I like the Flayer overall better than the Reaper, just because AP1 on the Reaper is nice, but that range limitation on it kind of sucks. And a lot of times, because of the way cover works, and if you're fighting Marines a lot, that AP1 is just not going to matter at all. So you might as well just have the 0 AP longer range. They're both lethal as well. So that's my interpretation of it. Could be wrong. Not saying the Reaper is bad. I think I like the Flayer a little bit more, but maybe you probably want to mix is what the actual answer there is. But 2 units of 10 with Flayers, just trying them out. I'm going to be running a brick of 10 Lich Guard, acting as an honor guard for the Overlord. 10 is sometimes a little overkill, I think, but you know how I am. So it is what it is. I will be running a unit of 10 Flayed ones as well. Again, maybe a little overkill on that one, but this is where I could reallocate points and add the hex marks and stuff. Give me a little bit more flexibility in the list. A unit of 3 Scarabs, just 3 of them. They're completely different in their role. They're a lot closer to what they used to be back in the day for Necrons, where they're like a harassing, annoying unit that you want to play with and frustrate the enemy with, as opposed to something that's kind of small in profile holding objectives, because they are OC0 now, which is something to point out. Like, always remember, those guys cannot control objectives. We are going to have a unit of 6 Locust Destroyers. They can no longer be joined by the heavy boys, so sad Luka sounds, but I understand. And the final piece will, of course, be a Necron Monolith. It's a pretty big piece, but in a lot of ways pretty critical for the Necron forces here. So hopefully I get to play with it a little bit more than I did last time. Thanks, Scary. And that'll be it for the Necron Showcase. Let's go take a look at what Sean is bringing with his Death Guard today.
This is Sean from Iowa, part of the Improbable Wargaming team. Today I am bringing my Death Guard. Unlike Luka, I went a little bit more conservative on characters. I'm only bringing 5.
You got me with that one. All right, you got me with that one.
Leading my force is Mortarion. He's a little bit more of a buffing character now instead of just a pure killer, but should still be interesting to use. His second in command is Typhus, who just overall is great, and one of the few people able to throw out mortal wounds just whenever they feel like it. Next character is a Lord of Contagion. His rules just look fairly interesting, so I wanted to give him a shot out with a squad of Terminators. After him, have a Malignant Plague Caster, who's going to be joining a unit of Plague Marines. His abilities look okay. Hopefully he doesn't end up killing more of his squad than the enemy does. And for my final character, I have a Tallyman. For the Tallyman, he helps boost the character squad. For enhancements, I've actually gone with 2 of them. The Tallyman has the Droning, which when enemy units are failing battle shocks near him, he might be able to dish out some mortal wounds. My second enhancement is Deadly Pathogen on the Lord of Contagion. This increases his strength and attacks characteristics by 1, or if he's near an infected objective, it increases them by 2. For a dedicated transport, I have brought 1 Rhino with a Havoc Launcher, carry around my Plague Marines. I've also brought around a Land Raider, fully kitted out. Gonna see how well that does transporting some Terminators up to the front. For some heavy firepower, I have decided to bring a Predator Annihilator, one of the few things that has a strength 14 gun. And then the trusty Plague Burst Crawler. And then to round out the list and just be annoying, I have 2 Chaos Spawn.
And with that, let's go take a look at our mission today. It's gonna be a Crucible of Battle, which is a style of deployment very close to Hammer and Anvil, but with a fancy Vanguard slash to it, as you can see here. Now, there are only 4 objectives, not 1 in the middle. So each player has 1 in their deployment zones, and then there is 1 not too far away. This is because the primary mission is actually Vital Ground. The most vital ground in the region is in enemy hands. So the way this works is, starting the second battle round, at the end of your command phase, you'll score victory points as follows. 2 for the one in your own deployment zone, 5 for each one in no man's land, and if we're able to take the one in the opponent's deployment zone, we're looking at 6 victory points for that one. That is it, folks. This is a dead simple primary mission, except there's only 4 objectives instead of the typical 5 on this one. Now, our overall mission rule, adding the twist to it is, well, it's a maelstrom of battle today. We've been fighting for a while, and there's a little respite or sanctuary available. And we just got to deal with the crap that is flung at us. So we are going to be playing with delayed reserves because there are a lot of enemy intercepting forces surrounding this particular part of the battlefield, thus making it so our reserve forces do not show up on turn 2 if we want them to, unless we roll a 3 up. Otherwise, well, they show up on turn 3 normally. And the second part of Maelstrom of Battle will be supply lines. This one is actually quite beneficial. If you're able to control the objective in your own deployment zone at the start of your command phase, you'll gain an additional command point on a 4-up, which will contribute to your 1 command point a battle round still. So might be a little redundant here and there, but it gives you more flexibility in your actual secondary mission cards. Speaking of secondary cards, both Sean and myself will be playing tactical objectives because it's a little more fun, a little bit more entertaining for the battle report, I think, in a lot of ways too. And that is what we're looking at today. And this one we already deployed, so decided that the attacker defending side didn't matter too much. These couldn't quite think of a reason why these 2 forces are clashing. This is just one of the many conflicts in the Milky Way in the 41st millennium. And it'll be millennium. I have no one real fancy, just a Necron dynasty led by an overlord. It's I guess this dynasty I always like to play as the Ur dynasty, but just like my little custom one. I play Satek on my own. I actually will be going back to my Satek Necrons, I think. The only problem is I have like a pretty big Satek list, and the studio has an even bigger like Ur Dynasty list. I'd feel bad not using the studio one, but I like the ones I want to use my painted models essentially. But anyways, sorry, weird ramble. I don't know why I went on that tangent. I'm Luka from MiniWarGaming.com. Welcome to my battle reports. We've got a monolith on the one flank. Necron warriors joined by the Lord and the Technomancer. The Technomancer to support the monolith a little bit. A reanimator in the back, hiding behind the building. Or hiding behind the monolith, pick your poison kind of thing, right? Like you can kind of hide. That's the main reason I brought the monolith. Well, it's really cool and it's iconic for a silver tide list, but you can also hide the reanimator behind it. Necron warriors there, like I said. More warriors on this side with the same Technomancer and the Lord. we have a unit of Lich Guard with the Overlord with an Orb and a Chronomancer, which I'm trying out, which might give them the mobility I think they would need to get around the battlefield. Now, granted, he gives them mobility when the unit shoots, he's got a shooting attack. They get to move 5 inches and can't charge. But like once like the dust kind of settles, when there's like a few of them left in the middle and I need them to get around the battlefield, that could be kind of clutch. Plus the -1 to hit is nice too. Is that or a Feel No Pain? I figured I'd go with a Chronomancer just to try it out. All the Cryptex are like fire. I love them all. The Plasmancer doesn't make too much sense with them. It could go somewhere else, but all the other Cryptex are pretty clutch for them. And we got Locust Destroyers with the Locust Lord and Flayed Ones Infiltrated. They're barely out of my deployment zone, but they're able to get to the objective quickly enough, and they're hidden right now so they don't get blasted on turn 1 if that happens. And what do we got on your side, Sean? We got like next to no models.
Yep. So I have some Chaos Spawn over here. Going to probably run up and try and take that objective until they get destroyed by the Monolith. Land Raider with the Lord of Contagion and a 5-man Terminator squad in here to run up and assault ramp. Hopefully.
Very cool rule.
Gonna hopefully have a good time with that. Predator Annihilator out here, hoping to draw a bead of line of sight onto that Monolith and knock some wounds off of it. Rhino up here with both squads of Plague Marines and the attached characters, considering it can hold 12 now.
Bless.
Hoping to try and deal something on this flank. The Lich Guard might be a bit tough.
Lich Guard can be tough. Yep.
Mortarion to buff in the area and possibly do some serious damage. And then a Plague Burst Crawler over here, going to move him up a little bit and try and pick off some units a little bit.
Right. So for this one, we ended up going with as we put the objectives down and started deploying armies, realized, we're going to play, we deployed really close to the edge of the battlefield, so we decided we're going to play on a 48-inch by 60-inch board. So we have the 60 going this way to the crates, and then we'll just play the whole width of the table because it doesn't really matter if we're both utilizing it. And we've got the objectives placed based on that too. Kind of, whoops, but it works out. That is going to be it for this little deployment showcase. We're going to go ahead and roll off to see who is going to play first in this game. Like I said in the Army Showcase or the mission overview, we are playing tactical objectives here, and I guess good luck to the Death Guard.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. We get to see what the Necrons kind of do with a more thought out 10th edition list than the last one I played. I like that I could do Silvertide, I think. I guess we'll see how well it plays here. And I guess we'll roll a d6 and see who goes first. The winner of this roll-off must go first. The rules dictate what is fun, and the rules say we're going to roll 2s. I'm going to roll 1. Uh-oh. Oh, what'd I get?
5.
2. All right. Well,
Necrons go first.
I feel like this is the edition where Luka only goes first. I have gone first at least 85% of the games I played. Out of like the probably 15 I played, I think I've gone twice, 2 times or something. I don't know why, but let's see if that keeps on rolling. Turn 1, Necrons. Let's gain some command points. And on a 4-up, I get another one. I don't. We're both just at 1 command. All right, so my cards this turn will be a Tempting Target, which is Sean has to pick one of the 2 objectives in No Man's Land. For me to take, and the other one is Cleanse. In my shooting phase, I have to cleanse objectives of Nurgle's Filth, or at least take them in the name of the Necrons and awaken the ancient machineries nearby. That's obviously why we're here. So I'll gain 3 victory points if I cleanse one of the objectives, or 5 if I do 2 objectives. I should also note those objectives must be in No Man's Land or in the opponent's deployment zone. Just wanted to show you guys the scoring structure I'll use for today's game. If you watch my battle reports, you're well aware of what I already do, but for anyone who's just tuning in for the first time, I will be on the right side. I'll be the enemy, because I just typically I'm just lazy. I always play on the right side. Sometimes I change it up and play on the left side, though. Right now, it's the right side phase. We both have a command point, and the D10s are going to track our primary up to 50 points, and the secondary mission cards are going to be on the side with little dies on them to show you what the actual score is. I will update this method sometime in the future. As of right now, going with the physical Banduo War Games little sheet. This is back from 8th edition, when you didn't score hundreds of or tens of victory points. You scored just D6 worth of victory points, like 2 here, 3 there. They've upped the numbers since then, and I'm just using this relic of the past, but it still holds up today, and I've had it for years. In my command phase, we actually have to do Mortarion's ability, don't we, Sean?
Yep. So his Host of Plagues ability lets him choose one of 3 different abilities. Either reroll wounds rolls a 1, increase contagion range by 3 inches, or the one that you'll probably choose most turns, just give everything within 6 inches cover.
It's only just cover, the benefits of cover? Not
Just the benefits of cover.
I thought it was stealth and cover, or is he...
Nope,
Okay.
just the benefits of cover within 6 inches for any Death Guard units.
Is that the Miasma Pestilence?
Yep, Miasma Pestilence.
All right, well, I mean, benefits cover ain't bad. You're already getting that in a lot of ways, but I guess it's nice to know you'll have it, no matter
Yep.
what. Unless something ignores cover.
Yeah, and then for your tempting target, gonna choose the one over closer to my spawn and Land Raider.
All right, well, this is where I get a... I don't know if it's the right move. It's a crap ton of victory points if I do it, and I can do it. The Monolith's Eternity Gate, I can show the rules off immediately, and I think it's kind of worth to do, but it just cranks the speed of this battle report right up to 11, and I might throw the game by not being as reserved as I want to do. But I'm going to do it anyway. So, tempting target, I have to control this objective at the end of my turn. And for cleansing, I have to cleanse 2 objectives that are outside of my deployment zone. So I only have 3 options. I got that one over there, which I can get to with the flayed ones. I got this one over here, which I can get to with Monolith shenanigans, or the one underneath Mortarion and the Plague Marine Rhino and the Predator. That's not going to happen. That's right. I guess
He's not allowed to be on it.
Technically not underneath Mortarion, the one beside Mortarion. I'm gonna try and go for all my secondaries this turn and force you to deal with me, I guess. And I hate that I'm doing it because I don't like putting my Warlord and him at risk. But you know what? Turns out Overlord Ibi Sin of the Ur Dynasty here is gonna be a little ambitious. So we're gonna go right to our movement phase because I don't think I actually have anything to do with my command phase right now, and if I do, I feel like a dummy. But yeah, we're gonna move along. I don't know if I mentioned it in the Army Showcase. The Veil of Darkness is the enhancement I bought today. I wanted to go with the Hyper Material Ablator, but I was actually off by 5 points. It's 25 to the 20 of the Veil of Darkness. Both good. So the Veil is on the Locust Lord over there. So he could pick a Necron unit at the end of Sean's turn, and they go into my reserves, and they show up. They can show up in my following movement phase, but they can't be engaged. That's the trick to it now. That's the nerf to it, which is fine because it was really powerful before. So we're gonna go right to movement. I'm gonna show you where everything ends up, but what's gonna happen here is the Monolith is gonna move up at 7 to about here. Bloop. It's gonna pick 1 unit in reserves, or on the battlefield, I put it into reserves and immediately poop it out wholly within 6 of the Monolith, so I can reposition my infantry. If I wanted to, I could do the flight ones, I guess, because they're definitely a valuable sacrificial unit, but then I'm not going to have them over there being annoying scoring that objective. And then I'd have to use the Locust Destroyers to do it, and I don't like that idea. What I'm going to do is have the Lich Guard pop out right on that objective, and they're going to just hunker down, put their shields down, form a shield wall, and hope that everything works out, because we're going to get hit by so much stuff that I hope it doesn't hurt me too much, but maybe I can just interfere with your scoring a little bit. Anyways, that's enough talking. I'm going to go right on to movement and probably make a mistake with this play, but it should be interesting and entertaining, I hope. So we'll see how this goes. Well, I kind of wish I showed the movement off a little bit there because I rolled some spicy advance rolls. The Monolith moved forward at 7. These warriors, I don't think I advanced them, I just moved them. We did advance, that's where the Technomancer ends up. We did run our Reanimator, and he got fast legs. He got a 5, so he went 12 inches this direction. Keeping these warriors and all of this within 12, and pushing the 12-inch bubble up to about here-ish. So I got to keep some Lich Guard back there when I poop them out so we can help their reanimating a wee bit. This unit of, well, the Lich Guard moved forward. They did not advance, just the normal move, just to make room for these warriors to move up and take their position. Kind of exposing my back here a little bit, but I mean, they can just always pull it back a little bit if they need to. That's the nice thing with the Flayer. It has a 2-foot threat range. Not going to be impactful right now, but that's a pretty thick unit protecting this general area. It's a lot of points invested, so I actually wouldn't mind splitting this into... it's hard. I have a lot of variations of this list I want to run, and I don't know what I want to do with it. Our Scarabs advanced a 6 because they got fast little bug legs. They have fly though, so but to go up and down, it would cost their entire movement. So 6 up, couple over, 6 down, as opposed to just going up and around. The fly nerf, albeit a little more complicated to resolve, I'm of the side where it's definitely warranted. But I am also a very biased player who I like things to be difficult and not easy. So I want you to struggle with your rules and struggle to figure things out. On this side of things, I did move the flayed ones were just set up just to move towards the objective on a normal move, just in case I needed to. They were set up to be able to go to the objective or to do investigate signals if I needed to. So in this case, they're just going to go up to the objective on a normal move. They're just staying within 3 inches of the edge of it. I had a little bit more movement if I needed to, but I'm just staying within 3. And then these Locust Destroyers rolled a 6 on their advance, and they got to go, I think, 13 inches. Yeah. So we have 4 at the upper level. They are over 6 inches from the ground, so they'll get Plunging Fire. Plunging Fire, as long as you target a unit completely on the ground, the models get extra AP if they're 6 inches or above. So the 4 models on the upper level will get extra AP if relevant. It probably won't be, because invuln saves are a thing. And that's about it. So we are going to go to the reinforcement step in the movement phase. And I was kind of curious why the Eternity Gate had a stipulation of if you pick a unit on the battlefield, you put them into reserve first, and then you put them on the battlefield. It seemed like pointless. Like, why not just put them over here? Sean pointed out mechanically that that's important because then other rules the enemy might have that trigger off of units showing up from reserve would then trigger off them going into reserve and then popping out of the monolith, which completely makes sense, absolutely clarifies why they had to stipulate that, and I get it. So we are going to remove that unit from the battlefield in the reinforcement step with the Eternity Gate, and we're going to put it wholly within 6 of the monolith, which is going to be right here on the objective, and then we're going to go to the shooting phase. Here they are. So they dissipate from there, and then they come walking out of the Eternity Gate over here. Necron things. Finally making the Necroth a very important piece of a Necron army list. It's 385 points. It's got 8 objective control, which is nuts. It's amazing in melee. It's got great guns, and it gives the army a lot of mobility. You can run 2 of these. I hate to say it, reasonably. You could do 3 even. You could do like 2, 1 on each. You could like reinforce your middle and then have 1 on each flank of the battlefield and then just kind of pick and choose where you need your units because they could both do their Eternity Gate. So if you have like a pretty strong middle, each one could take pieces from your middle and reinforce your flanks. Obviously you weaken your middle by doing so and you have no way to get back to the middle, but something you could do. We're going to go right to shooting. This unit is eligible to shoot, so they're going to cleanse this objective. And then those flayed ones are eligible to shoot. Even though they don't have ranged weapons, you have there's a whole process to it all. You check to see if it's eligible before you pick weapons to fire with. So they are absolutely able to cleanse that objective as well. And that is it for those things shooting. I got a couple of light shots, but the only thing that's really got any firepower is the monolith this turn. So I got to figure out what I want for his targets. And then I'll do... That's pretty much it. I don't care about the warrior shooting. They have no range. Let's unleash the Death Rays. We're going to put all 4 Death Rays into the Land Raider. And you're going to pop smoke on that?
Yep, pop and smoke on the Land Raider.
So that'll give it stealth and the benefits of cover. It already has cover because of this, because it's partially blocked by the runes from the monolith. And then the Particle Whip's going to go into the spawn, I suppose, because it's not really that good against... It's okay against the monolith, better against the spawn. Even though the spawn are super cheap, it's good to get that piece off the table, I think. Is the monolith, it's nuts. It's got 3d6 attacks with the Particle Whip. Blast won't actually trigger here, but boom. Okay, just a casual 16 shots. That is a well-placed explosive Particle Whip. Breeze to hit with the Particle Whip. Okay, he's not led by anything. That's where the crown's really good, because I think this thing can... I have to look into it a little bit more, but the crown gives things +1 to hit. But it might only be units that you can actually join. Anyways, ignore that thought. I'm thinking out loud. Okay, well, that's just a ludicrous roll. I hit with everything. I wounded with everything but 2, I think. And I believe they're devastating as well. So that's 4 mortal wounds afterwards. Let's go with your casual 10 armor saves at -1, but you have cover, so you're back to 4-ups. Okay.
Okay, so lost 5 as expected.
Fair. How many wounds do they have?
4 wounds apiece.
Okay, so that kills them right there. Then you take more
5
wounds.
up, feel no pain.
Okay, well, I guess, oh god. I guess you do 2 of the wounds at a time for the 4 wounds, yep.
So 5 ups, 1's dead.
All right, now the other one can roll the other 4, 8, 10, 14 damage or 10 damage or whatever.
That was those 2, so that's 6.
That's 6 plus 4 mortal wounds, yep.
So 10 more feel no pains.
Oh god. Oh, it's a good thing they're cheap. All right, got him. Okay, well, that one did do much better on his feel no pains. And to give them credit, this is an anti, it's a void combat kind of level weapon. But some of their actual void ships have particle whips on them. So yeah, it's like a pretty big attack. Okay, let's do the 4 Death Rays into this. So just like a smaller version of the ship ones. It's still up there. Not a bad opening shot. Let's see what these Death Rays do. These are 4s to hit because of smoke. 6s are good though. No 6s, but they all hit. 4s to wound. 2 get through. You have a 1-up save because of cover. These are -4. These are 5-ups. 2 5-up saves.
Both go through.
They can't kill you, but they can do some pretty big damage. These are both D6 plus 1 damage. So it's going to be 8 damage. It has health with a couple death rays, so obviously this monolith has a heck of a lot of firepower. And I'm going to do a couple shots with my warriors for the 2 that are in range, and then I'll end my turn. 3 Necron warriors behind that lord that can fire at this.
4s to hit.
Normally, I was going to say, yeah, it's 4s to hit. They're lead. So 3s because of my detachment rule, but smoke, so you're good. I'm mostly looking for 6s because they're lethal. They're Gauss weapons. With that, we finish our tempting target. We cleanse the objective twice. And that is going to be quite a bit of secondary points there. No scoring primary yet. That's the first battle round, but I am feeling spicy with the Necrons right away. Only killed some spawn, but we're in a good spot. The play might be a little bold, but it gave me 7 additional victory points, 5 for the tempting target, and the additional 2 for the cleanse, because that one would have only awarded me 3. The second objective gives you the full 5 for using tacticals. And then the monolith also gives you a lot of flexibility to run tactical missions for your Necrons if you don't feel like doing fixed ones. Something else to note. Anyways, end of my turn. Let's go to the Death Guard, turn 1.
All right, so I have secure no man's land and behind enemy lines. Not great for Death Guard. Secure no man's land requires me to control 2 objectives in no man's land, which is only 2 because the middle one's gone.
Yeah.
And behind enemy lines requires me to get a couple of units back in my opponent's deployment zone, which again is not very easy for Death Guard to do turn 1. Yeah, not looking great.
I just feel like that's going to be the motto of this game. I don't like the pacing of it right now. Not that great for the Death Guard is a little suspect. I know, right? All right, so we have to see if you get a command point on a 4-up. Because you have, nope. Also, you don't get yours. The Tallyman is currently on a Rhino right now. So you always ask yourself, what can units do when they're embarked on a transport? They can't do anything. So the ability wouldn't work. Unless it says otherwise. Some do. This case, it doesn't for now. Do you have anything to do in your command phase?
No, I don't believe so. He does his at the start of the battle round. And otherwise, all the rest of my models are in transports or in deep strike. So yeah, that's it for command phase.
All right, we'll see if Mortarion can bring some nastiness to bear in this turn. We'll see what it looks like when we're done moving. And the movement is done. What went on here?
Brought the Plague Burst Crawler up around on this flank to try and get a few good line of sights over here. The Rhino's getting closer to try and get the Plague Marines in. Mortarion's going to a position where he can benefit both items over here.
And then answer the pressure on this side. Absolutely, I get
so
that.
Hopefully this thing, between these two things, should be able to take out the monolith. Or at least maybe the reanimator way back here.
He's still pretty critical. He's like an important piece to take. As much as the monolith is terrifying, this guy's nasty too.
And then the Terminators jumped off the assault ramp, so they're going to be slamming into those Lich Guard.
Yes. And now what I'm going to do here to try and further degrade, this interaction here, I'm going to Overwatch with the monolith. So everything moved. Once they disembarked, I will. What's it called?
Overwatch.
Overwatch them, yeah. Or at the start of the charge phase, I would also do it there. It doesn't really matter too much. I'll go ahead and just Overwatch here. I just got to double check if that counts as a normal move by disembarking. Yepers. You do it when they're set up on the battlefield after the disembark. So I'll go ahead and fire the Overwatch now. Use one of my command points. I'll have 1 left and hope for the best here. I only do this because I think command points are going to be kind of abundant, and this is, if I could kill even one of the Blight Lords, I'll feel a little bit more safe in this combat going on, because I'm not overly confident about it as of right now. Looking for hits on the Death Rays first. I need 6s here to hit because of Overwatch. Not a 6, that's good, because if I cracked a 6 on that, would have been D3 extra hits because they're sustained. That's what I was really looking for. The blast is going to be 3d6 plus 1 shots. If I could get 1 here, that'd be kind of clutch. So it's going to be 8-9 shots. These are much less likely to do the damage there. Now, this Particle Whip is devastating, not lethal, so these hit only on 3s. Only 1, -1, so you'll have 2 up or 1 up, even if you want to take it on the guy in cover.
Yeah, I'll do it on the guy in cover.
You're A-okay. Either way, all safe. No, okay, all I did was burn a command point, but it was scary. There's a lot of...
It was terrifying.
All right, you may proceed with your shooting phase, sir.
All right, time to figure out where I want to put everything. All right, so starting with the Land Raider, Gonna throw the las cannons and the heavy bolter back into the reanimator.
The reanimator, yeah, there's line of sight over this here, but we will get cover.
Yep, and then the combi bolter and the havoc launcher are gonna get shot into those Lich Guard in front.
All right, well, let's do the big guns first, I guess.
Shots from the las cannons.
Should be just 3s. Ooh, 1 miss.
Yep, 1 miss, but 3 hits.
I don't have the smoke keyword on my reanimator, so he's just gonna eat it. Should be 2s to wound, I think.
I believe it is strength 10?
These are 12 on las cannons.
12, so yeah, 2s to wound.
I believe they are 2s. Don't roll 2s. Don't roll 2s, Sean. 3 wounding hits. He's got 2 up save because of cover from this thing in the way. These are 5 ups. Do the dice gift me? Did I make all 3?
Yes, you made all 3.
Oh, no freaking way, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. I want to see what the, say I failed 1 of those on the average, then you do your 2d6 plus 1.
It would have been 7 wounds.
7-ish wounds, yeah. Oh, gee, yeah, then I got the feel, he's got a 4 feel no pain. I'd like to see, well, I guess I can just do the math on it. Would he have died to those anyways? He would have had 1 wound-ish left.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not too bad. It's nice to have, the problem is if you don't kill him, he heals 2d3 plus d3. So he heals right back to full if you don't pop him.
I should have used the strat. I was tempted to.
What was the strat?
Ignore cover and heavy, which means he would have had on 6s.
Oh, I forgot you could. That's so good for the Land Raider. I didn't even consider that. I thought that was only for the Plague Burst Crawler.
Nope, it's any unit I can give that
The
to.
Holy Land. I cannot say how much I personally love the Land Raider. I think a lot of people probably share that sentiment. It's like like the Monolith adds a lot to a Marine list, and the Death. I just grew a new level of love for the Death Guard. Land Raider every game with Blight.
Oh yeah,
yeah. What's this strat called?
Boil Blight, I believe.
Oh, Boil Blight. Oh my gosh. Oh, but you would have had to stay still for the +1 to hit. But the ignores cover is.
The ignores covers.
Yeah,
because
literally saved his life.
You had 2 5s and a 6 for your saves, and those 5s would have been failures.
Oh my gosh.
Would have knocked him out.
Oh, I hate the hindsight. I hate the hindsight about it.
All right, well, let's see if the heavy bolters get really, really, really lucky. Hitting on 3s.
Yeah, all right.
No, not that lucky.
Not that much luck.
6s or 5s to wound because it's only strength 5. And that is not a wound.
All right. Everything else in the Lich Guard.
All right, so Havoc Launcher, D6 plus 2 because of the blast. So 7 shots.
Not bad.
Hitting on 3s.
Be -1 for the Chronomancer, though it didn't matter. There's only 4s there. 5 still?
Yeah, I believe so.
Normally wounding on 4s, but they have a rule called Guardian Protocols.
1 second.
Oh,
Am I within 6 of Mortarion?
Oh, for sure.
So, Guardian Protocols gives -2 to wound, but Mortarion, within 6, gives all Death Guard units ignore modifiers to characteristics and rolls.
Oh, the rolls part's real nice. All right.
Except for armor saving throws.
Oh, true. Okay, yeah, that's fair. You ignore all AP.
So 4s to wound?
Yes. Okay, well, that makes my Guardian Protocols not as useful. Okay, didn't matter here. 3 saves. AP, I assume not much.
AP 1.
Ooh, I think I lose a guy. Oh, yep, AP 1 also I don't have any cover on them really where they are. So we're going to lose. I don't want to lose the objective. I can't lose both of them. I'm going to lose one of them for now. A little combi bolter that could.
Yep, hitting on 3s because of Mortarion's bonus, or lack of penalty. Yeah, that's not very great.
Okay.
And 5 to wound.
No.
Nothing.
Interesting. I like that. Okay, he's a much bigger threat for the list, for these Lich Guard than I was going to give him credit for. I was trying to stack negative modifiers on them, but he's a good answer to that. So the Predator's up next. What are we thinking for this guy?
Unloading everything into that reanimator.
And someone's going to go Boil Blight on this one?
Yep, and going Boil Blight to get that ignore cover. He moves, so he won't get the benefit from heavy. And the last cannon sponsons did break off on this thing, but still going to use
He
them.
just comes with them anyways. Yeah, there's no options on that one. They're somewhere. I don't know where they are, but it's easy just to remember. There's last cannon sponsons as well. Starting with the Predator twin las talons, which are strength 14 1 shot, but twin linked. So
Yep, so hit on a 3.
and then 2 to wound with a reroll.
Reroll from the twin linked.
All right.
That is a wound at -3, ignoring cover.
So I only have a 6 up against this one. Can I frustrate you with a 6 up? No, that's a 4. Haha, I would have failed my cover save also.
So D6 plus 1 damage, 4 damage. Do you ignore them?
4 up, feel no pain. He takes 1. Why is he so annoying? 4 up, feel no pain. The goal was to hide him behind here and play reserve the whole time, but the card said you got to play hyper aggressive. So now he's exposed, but he's making all the saves because he's a god. Well, he does take a damage. I got to remember that. He's got 1 on him.
All right, 2 other las cannons on the side.
Should be 3.
They hit.
And 2s to wound.
2s to wound.
Nope.
Both wound.
2 6 ups. Oh my god! I can see, dude. I could see, dude. I don't want to play this game. If this is, I want to play. I actually want to play a game of Warhammer. My dice don't want to play a game of Warhammer right now.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't recreate it if I tried to, dude. Like, it's just rolling like crap now. Okay, so nice. Oh, I wouldn't have killed them anyways. Okay, even if they. Is that 7 damage? No, 6.
Yeah, it would have been 6 damage.
6 damage, which I would have ignored. He would have still lived. Okay,
Yeah, and then he would have healed back to full.
And then he would, because there's no more shots on him, right?
I might be able to do a random shot or two, but nothing major.
Okay, so.
I probably put him with the Reaper autocannons or whatever into him, but.
Oh, true. You could have tried a few of those. Well, even if I didn't box card those 6s, I would have lived after checking the roll afterwards. But it means you would have put other shots into him, but those shots are probably going to go elsewhere, I suspect.
Oh, yeah.
He's only got 5 wounds left.
Right. Next shots from the Plague Burst crawler. Putting the mortar and the volley gun down here into these flayed ones. Right. And then going to target these 2 entropy cannons up here into the destroyers.
If you kill a model, I get to shoot you right back. I have a command point, I guess. Fine, do it. What are you doing first?
Volley gun, because it's fun.
All right, fair.
1 hit.
It's lethal, though, I
But
assume.
1 auto wound, because I believe it's lethal.
No AP, they should have. That's a save. There we go. There's 10. Yeah, you get plus 2 shots on that blast.
So it'll be d6 plus 5 for the number of shots.
Ooh,
So 10 shots.
I see. Now they're infiltrators, so they'll be -1 to hit.
Stealth.
So that's what I meant, stealth. They're also infiltrators, though. 4s? Yeah. But 6 is wound. Lethal. I see. Okay, you have 3 hits.
4 hits.
Oh, 4. There's another one. Excellent. Good, good, good. 2s to wound. I'm only strength or toughness 4 on them. 2s to clear them out, and these are -1, I think. Go back to their save of 4 up. 2 die. Go. Let's pop these ones because they're easy to reach. I'm gonna keep 1 there because I kind of need it to screen Typhus a little bit. I don't want him in my back line. The 2 entropy cannons.
Hitting on 3s.
Yeah, no fanciness here. 1
Well,
miss.
1 still misses.
Should be a 3 to wound.
Possibly. It's not a 1.
Okay. On the bonus, you actually didn't kill any models, so I can't use Vengeful Stars. You have to actually kill models, Sean, for me to use my
No,
strats.
I'm not going to kill anything. That way you can't shoot me.
I guess. The Rhino's got a plethora of little guns. We're going to put those right into the flayed ones in the ruins.
Plague Combi Belter.
Ooh, is that lethal?
Yeah, so 1 wound.
Awesome. Excellent. That's a save. We're going to see a lot of Taco Cats today, I feel.
Okay, Havoc Launcher.
Yes.
D6 plus 1, so only 4 shots.
Because 2 died earlier, for anyone curious.
Hitting on 4s.
Because I'm stealthy.
So 1 hit.
And wounding on a 3?
Yep, 3 because it's strength 5.
It's got, okay,
Nope,
never mind.
nothing.
Awesome.
Never mind. I don't like shooting.
No,
shooting
no.
does nothing.
Let's just go to melee where it'll be so much better.
Oh, Mortarion has a gun. Let's see what his does.
He's got the lantern, as well as psychic powers, which you should probably remember. You can start with the lantern, but the nice thing is he's a monster, so he can fire pistols and all his other weapons as well.
All right, so he hits on 2s, ignores your penalty because he's within 6 inches of himself.
But my rules!
He hits you, but it is not a lethal or sustained.
Oh yeah, he's got the same thing as my death rays. It's like a beam. Yeah.
All right, it is strength 9.
That's a wound.
So that's a wound.
I'll have you know that with all your fancy ignoring rules, your rolls are high enough that your rolls didn't matter.
Ha!
Haha. So mine didn't matter, neither did yours. Put up a shield. I fail my shield.
3 damage.
That's gonna punk 1 completely, but I'm gonna use a Undying Legions. You have more shots to do, but I have to do it after your attacks are resolved. I am going to be using Undying Legions, though. It allows them to trigger their reanimation protocols. There were 10 guys when you went to go start those attacks because of the Overlord, so you get +2 to the... This is a blast, essentially.
Yep, D6 plus 3 normal, so it'll be D6 plus 5.
Does he have like a hazardous version of it? Is that what he's using, or is he doing just... Or is
No hazardous version.
Oh, okay, nice, good.
So 8 shots.
Not bad. 2.
All right, 2s.
And we got no lethal.
No lethal, because of course not. That's not very
Why
useful.
would Sean roll 6s? Only I roll 6s, guys.
Exactly. And it is strength 7, so it'll be 3s to wound, but it is also devastating.
Oh, there's devastating. Nice.
Yep, so 1 mortal and then 4 saves.
Draw 4 ups because it's AP2.
Luka, learn how to fail a save.
And then I take a mortal. Hope I lose this game because I'll never live this one down if I just end up just winning it. There was actually 11 models there. I forgot to put the Chronomancer back down. I'm sorry. He's just going to go back there. Hopefully it's not like I'm cheating or anything.
They are too far away from Mortarion this time, so they will not get the benefit.
True. Oh yeah, they get to still fire. I would like to point out the Chronomancer actually didn't do anything for the unit so far because Mortarian's just ignoring the rules. However, these guys are close enough or too far away from Mortarian to benefit from it. But they got flamers and stuff. They don't really care about it too much. I have to trigger my reanimation protocols now for Undying Legion.
Yep.
So I have no command points left, and I got to look at how this works. A glorious combination. So they activate the reanimation protocols, except it states how much they heal. It's D3, which is the normal rule for reanimations, which means you can't like cheese out warriors with it because they can't use their built-in version of the reanimate. They have to use the stratagems. But because these are Lich Guard, they get D3 plus 1. As for the strat, because they're being led by a character. However, it does activate the reanimation protocols and the units within 12 of the reanimator. I placed them within 12, a couple models back there, so that they get to add an additional D3 to it. So it's going to be 2D3 plus 1 wounds worth of models back.
1.
2D3 plus 1, it's going to be 5. Okay, so that's going to heal this guy first. Boop. And then you do the next wound. Oh, a guy's missing, so you bring him back. And then you heal him up to full with the other 2. And then you bring the last guy who died back up with full wound. So it's a squad of 10 Lich Guard again. Now, it might have cost me a command point to do this, but I have essentially negated all of Sean's shooting. Now, I have rolled some pretty spicy dices. Now, and also, I'd like to, like a little PSA for playing Necrons. If you want to keep your opponents happy and play games with them, you know, ignoring the good die rolls, don't be a jerk when you reanimate. Just reanimate near the parent unit. Don't be like, oh, I'm just going to string them out all the way over this way to get to objective. You're trying too hard to win the game. Keep that in mind. Anyways, back to my super lucky streak here. Let's see if it go in here. All of their shots this way.
Yep, starting out with the Reaper autocannon. Hitting on 4s due to the person doing his thing.
True. You know what? Why don't we say you disembarked like this? Because it changes literally nothing.
All right,
And
so hitting on 3s.
There you go. Easy
and
enough.
gets an extra hit from the 6 because it's sustained hits 1.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Straight 7.
So three's
three's
to
to
wound.
wound.
Yeah.
That is a mortal wound, and then 2 saves.
I will take the save on Cover Boy there. Yeah. He fails it. And then I take a mortal wound. Oh, 2 saves.
2 saves.
Okay, he takes the second one and then dies to the mortal wound. Technically, he's got 1 wound. The mortal wound will be allocated after they're done all their stuff. But he's got 1 wound kicking. Combi weapons, hitting on 4s.
Yep, because that is the standard profile for combi weapons.
Keep that in mind, everyone. If you're wondering why combi weapons and combi bolters, like why would you ever take a combi bolter? Combi weapons are 4s to hit. That's the main thing because you're fighting both profiles all the time.
That is 4 hits.
Yep. And they're 4 wound because they're anti-infantry 4-up with devastating wounds, which is kind of cool. That's a mortal wound. Okay. And then we have the flamer. So we're at 2 mortal wounds on the unit so far.
The attacks from the flamer are 1.
Anti-infantry 2. Hey, there it is. Back to him. He's got cover because of all the unit can't see him properly, so he'll save that because of cover. And I take 2 mortal wounds, so he's gonna die. Blip. And then I guess I'll put a wound on this guy over here who just stood back up from the plague wind. You got 2 rerolls on the combi weapons there.
Yep, because the Blight Lords reroll wound rolls of 1 against the closest enemy unit at range.
We just kind of forget. Oh, 2 more mortal wounds.
2 more mortal
There you
wounds.
go. So that means that guy would die, and you go down to a wound. That's much better. That's how they were before, but the Undying Legion strat will hopefully keep reanimation protocols relevant throughout the rest of this edition, because the rule's good enough. People are complaining online, but they don't like it, but as long as the edition doesn't get more killy, which, as long as they keep the profiles the same from the indexes to the codexes, and then just add cool new detachments and other narrative things, we should be good to go for Necrons for the rest of the edition, but we'll see. Anyways, is that it for shooting?
Yeah, just have on the charge phase and only 1 charge.
I've already used my Overwatch this turn, so bring it on. Boop.
7 inches.
Hello. Yeah, the only downside is the charging outside of Mortarian's range here. You can't control who stays in range, which is the nice thing about the new edition. Charging in like this, and they're all engaging me. And I suspect this is probably the only charge.
Oh.
We're gonna go fighting over here. No command points on either side for heroic challenge. Thank God. I don't want to lose my Overlord. And you get to go first. You have to fight first.
Yep, I'm going to start with the Lord of Contagion, who gives the unit he is leading full rerolls to hit in melee.
Well, that's helpful. That'll help offset the negative 1 to hit.
Yep. He also has his enhancement, gives him +1 strength and attack.
Oh, he's got deadly pathogen?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if that objective there was infected, it would give him 2 additional strength and attack.
Well, that actually could be a thing. I think you have. So the way it works is like, well, let me double check. Never mind, the infection mechanic for the Death Guard triggers at the end of Sean's command phase if he has control of the objective. Currently, he has control of the objective because I only have these 3 or 4 models there that are OC1, and I believe you have these 4 plus your character, which is probably OC5. Oh, we'll double check later. When after the dust settles, I guess. And
I will have 5 +1 attacks. He will be hitting on 2s, but -1 from your Necron character.
yeah, the Chronomancer.
But he will get full rerolls to hit, and he does have lethal hit 6.
True. Oh, we're just gonna fish for 6s. You must.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so far a good amount.
Reroll the 1.
Only 1 miss. Ooh, nice.
So everything hits, but 2 are already wounded.
And then these are
Strength 9.
so 3's to normally.
2's doing no because you're down to T4.
Oh yeah, I'm corrupted. So 3s. Okay, this is working out nicely for you. Oh,
Except when I roll 1s and 2s.
so we have 3 saves on the Lich card.
3 saves.
Right to their invuln save, I'm going to assume. Shields up, boys. Ooh, now that's a bad time to start whiffing. These are probably at least 2 damage each.
3 damage each.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. This wounded guy eats up 1 of them. And then a couple of other guys are going to die. I'm trying to think of where coherency would. 2 and then 3. We're going to be brought out of that reanimator range, I suspect. Right, and the rest. The heavy weapon now, I assume?
Yep, going with the flail because the Blight Lord still kept the flail, whereas Plague Marines it just got rolled into a heavy plague weapon.
Yeah.
So it would be hitting on 3s, but -1. So hitting on 4s, rerolling everything.
And lethal, I assume.
Still lethal.
Ooh, good thing you get the reroll. Got 1 lethal, though.
Yep, 1 lethal and 1 regular hit.
And the reroll, the Lord says, oh, 2 more lethal. And another hit.
Yep.
Not bad. So 3 wounds, and these are strength 5, I
Yep,
think?
strength 5.
So 3s now.
So 3s,
Yeah.
but -1, so 4s to wound.
Okay.
All right, so 4 wounds at -1.
-1. Well, that's still 4-ups. These are important rolls. If I whiff these... Oh, okay, this is... Okay, now my rolls starting to even out here. I'm down 3 more guys. Let's go with 1, 2, 3. I need the rest of them to kind of whiff. I just hemorrhaged 6 Lich. I don't actually want to be punished for my bold play. Please, no. And they're bubonic weapons.
Yep, 4 attacks per guy. Hitting on 4s with lethal. Back to a 4.
Not bad. 6 hits, 3 lethal.
And full rerolls.
No more lethals, but helps.
4 more hits.
Only 3 misses in the end. Also strength 5. Forced wound after everything is said and done. Okay, this could kill the rest of them. Probably gonna get them. I only have the 2 guys left.
Do you need to roll them?
Oh, these are all 4-ups. Everything's got a 4-up in there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can just do them all at the same time. I lived!
Ah!
That's huge for the Lich Guard because we reanimate twice before you get to fight me. Because I'm gonna retreat from this combat like a coward. 4, 1 damage. Oh god, that's horrible. That's horrible. I don't believe I'm going to be able to pile in here much and get much value out of this. So this guy's already in base contact. I think all I'm going to do is pile in the Lord. I guess he'd have to go into base contact. Yeah, there you go. And he doesn't break coherency doing that. That 1 Lich Guard is not going to matter. I'm going to double check one thing. Because if I don't have to pile these guys in, I think it's a model-to-model thing. They'll still be within 12 of the reanimator for when I reanimate at the end of the turn. Yeah, that's how it works there. I could, if I go to pile in a model, it must move into base contact if possible. Actually, I wonder if I can get that guy in base contact there and be coherent to him. It's easier to keep it this way, so I don't want to pile these guys in. I'll only pile in the Overlord, so I'll attack with those 2 models. I'll start with the Overlord, though. He's got 3 damage swings as well. Okay, well, before I pile him in, after this unit has done its attacks, I did just realize the Overlord, his thing for the unit, which makes Necrons pretty miserable to fight against, which they always have been. He can use a strat on them for 0 CP once per battle round. Since we're at the end of the battle round, once this unit finishes its attacks, I will activate the Undying Legion again. And then before the piling in, they're still within 12 of this guy. So it's going to heal 2d3 plus 1 wounds again.
Wow.
They come back right now before the pile-in stuff. So he's technically here, I guess, before that. And he's going to trigger that. We're going to heal back just 4, but I'll still take it. That'll heal this guy to full and bring back a dude with 2 wounds and then another guy with 1 wound, actually. Reanimate. That guy's going to heal. I'm going to bring this guy back here just to make sure I'm within 12 for... Nah, I'd rather... That guy's within 12. I still need to pile him in. I guess I'll just put him right here. Doesn't really matter. And then this guy will reanimate here. And then they go to pick to fight. This guy will pile in. This guy will pile in, allowing this guy to pile in and the Lord to pile in as well. Oh, this guy has to go into base contact, though, so he has to go that way.
Roll the 1 wound on somebody.
Oh, thank you. The guy I brought back up here is wounded. He only comes back with 1 wound. Then they're going to fight. I'll start with the Lord, and he's going to attack with his Void Reaper. which I actually have to double check. He hits on 3s with it, but he's leading a unit, so I think his unit gets +1 to hit. He does hit on 2s as long as he's leading a unit. On his own, though, he doesn't get to hit on 2s. He's less inspired. These are strength 12, so 2s. 1 fails. This is devastating for 3 mortal wounds, and this one's an invulnerable save. Okay.
Makes a save, so I only lose 1 guy.
He does cut 1 down. We got a few Lich Guard attacking as well. Should be all 4 of them, actually. The 12 attacks for the remaining Lich Guard. 2s did because they're being led. Nothing fancy on these. They're just strength 6. 4s to wound because you're pretty high in toughness. Stopped 1, and then these are invulns. 4 invulns. 1 damage each. I do 2. Who's taking it?
This guy right here.
That one, he is the lucky bearer of getting hit in the face by a hyperphase sword. I like how we have 2 different levels of durability here. Yours is like, it's just hard to remove models. I just lose a lot of models, but they keep coming back. I went all the way, I brought back 5 models, I think, on your turn. And I went all the way down to 2. This is interesting, the different degrees of... the problem is with the Necron one, if you take the unit out completely, they don't get the rule, but I suppose the other guys are the same. So, not too sure. Anyways, scoring...
I will get nothing because I don't hold 2 in No Man's Land, and I'm not in your deployment zone.
Yes.
So I will be discarding both of these.
You do gain a command point because you didn't get one from the supply line, nor is the tallyman on the table, so that is yours.
So I'm hoping I get a better objective for me next turn.
Absolutely. We are going to go right on to Necrons turn 2. We're going to see what kind of cards they get and see what ends up happening here, I guess. Our 2 new cards is going to start with No Prisoners. While it's active, I will get 2 victory points for every unit destroyed, up to a total of 5. So I have to kill at least 3 units this turn. My second card is Investigate Signals. I would have rather drawn this on turn 1. I have no way to actually score this. I would need some pretty spicy advance rolls, and I'm not going to risk it, so I'm not going to worry about going for it. I've gotten lucky enough with my secondary so far, so we'll keep it real there. Oh, for No Prisoners, well, I got things to kill. Things to kill well, I mean, it's still Death Guard. It's going to be kind of tough. I think I have to try. I don't know if I could, like, survive another round of combat. I kind of want to back it up and, like, double reanimate here. So, and again, reanimates happen at the end of the command phase, which is the same time as scoring. And if it's your turn, you choose the order that's going to happen in. But ain't no way you're arguing that you do a reanimate before Battle Shock. If you're arguing that, you're trying too hard to win the game, you got to chill. It's reanimating at the end of the Battle Shock phase, which is after the end of the command phase, which is after Battle Shocking. It's clear as day. What's this guy? Oh, he's in range.
Within 3.
Yes, he counts Mighty 5. So you're gonna have 5, 6, 7, 8, plus whatever he is. The goal here was to hopefully take the objective, but the Holy Land Raider is giving its 5 objective control towards it. So even if I reanimate like max, I won't be able to take it. So that's good to know. I don't have any Battle Shocks to do because they're at 6 out of their 12. They got that 1 wound guy back that keeps me above Battle Shocking. And the rest is okay. So we're going to go... Before actually reanimating, I have to see if I get my supply line command point. I do. I go to 2 command points, which is my 1 for the battle round. So I can't... When I pitch Investigate Signals, I will not be getting a command point for that. And we're going to go to reanimate. This guy's going to heal the full. Oop, I moved him. Didn't mean to do that. And then we are going to reanimate the Lich Guard here. They are within 12 of the reanimator. But they don't get +1 for the strat, so it's going to be 2d3. Woe is me, I guess. Oh, 2. Okay. That brings just a guy back with a wound. And bloop. And then I have those flayed ones to reanimate. I'm just going to roll it now. They only get d3. Ain't no support near them. 2 flayed ones come back, though. These flayed ones are going to reanimate in the back, kind of where they died. I need them to kind of come back here and screen out Typhus a little bit anyways. And that should be it. We're going to go on to scoring. I control this objective for 5 and my own for 2. It's 5 for every objective in No Man's Land you control, and I believe the enemy's is 6. Which means I gain 7 primary points plus my 10 in secondaries. I am at a 17-point lead so far. Ooh. I gotta kill things now, though. We're gonna go to movement. I am going to fall back from this combat. I'm not battle shocked, so I don't have to worry about taking any desperate maneuvers. Should probably put a wound on that guy I brought back. I'm not too sure where I ran him. I've already forgotten, but that's, yeah. There we go. Should be my 7 models. Yep. I know this is a little awkward, but I can't really maneuver him that much. Boom. There we go. Just let the warriors creep up a wee bit. So after the Lich Guard move up and the Monolith moves out of the way, the warriors take up some ground, and we tuck the Reanimator in behind the Monolith as much as we can to save it from curious guns to try and kill it. We're going to go ahead and move these Necron warriors. We've got to probably advance them, but they do move 6 because they're being led. So I decided to advance them. I just got a 5 instead, just trying to push things away from this over here. I want to fight you over here, not here. I don't want to fight back here. Those flayed ones over there are going to advance 4. Coming out of the building a little bit here, just again to screen off more of this area here. Boom, one more guy over there, just to make sure. And going to keep these guys still. I don't love the position they're in because they can be charged at this level down here, because that's only a few inches off the ground, but it's not the worst. I just have to kind of deal with it. Now, the downside is if I want to, I kind of want to go back here on this half of the room and fire this way at the Plague Marines, but I've kind of sealed my fate by advancing up there. I have to advance to get back down because 7, well, I guess they could like just go down a level and be a little bit further back. I'll do that. I'll be a little bit reserved with them. Everything's going to go down one level. I'll give up the plunging fire, but it'll be a little bit safer, I think. Kind of backing it up a little bit, going down one level. Still not really solving my issue, but makes me a little more flexible for that. I got too enticed by the plunging fire, then I got afraid when he full rushed at me, so didn't expect that. That should be it for my movement. We're going to go to shooting. I'm going to keep it... Oh, no, I got to move these bugs. I wanted them to go for the Predator. They're just going to advance and go this way instead. Yeah! 1. They go 10. The plan was to go a little bit further than that one, but now we're good to go ahead and start shooting. Let's just go with the... yeah, we'll go with the destroyers targeting the Rhino, I guess. All right, now they're being led by a character, so they get +1 to hit, and they're firing at the nearest eligible target, which is the Rhino. So rerolling hit rolls a 1 as well. And the Locust Lord makes it so they critically hit on 5s, which means they're lethal hits. Just wound on these 5s here. So they are just heavy Gauss weapons. So these all, I don't have a single miss, and those all hit. And these are 5s to wound, I believe, because they're strength 5 or 6. So we only have 2 wounds, but on top of the other, 9. So 9 in total. There's gonna be 5 ups because the pipes don't provide cover.
That was pretty good.
That's a pretty good roll. How many do I even get in there? 8? Do I get 10 exactly? Yeah. Well, he's got 10. Yeah, I guess I pop him on 10. 2 each. Deadly. Unless you want to reroll one, which wouldn't be the worst, I guess. You're trying to deny me some VP with a command point reroll. Can you make an armor save?
No.
Deadly demise? No.
No. Okay.
Right. So we'll see what ends up to the guys inside. And that's what we have. Boom. Now we just got to roll some dice to see how many mortal wounds are suffered. And it's going to be 1, 2.
2 mortal wounds.
One of these Plague Marines suffers an unfortunate demise. I love the Dark Vengeance guys in there. That's awesome. Boom. Excellent. Okay. That's like 2 squads of 5, each with their own. Like one's got a
Playcaster. One has a Tallyman.
Hey, another Tallyman. Give you command points.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, well, that's it for shooting over here. I have a little bit of shooting over here, but it's valuable shooting, but it's still a little bit. I'm going to go with the Monolith, the Death Rays.
And as you can guess,
smoke! And I'll do the particle whip over here. Death Rays at this guy. 4s to hit. 6s are good. No 6s, only 1 hit because of the smoke. Nice.
Whew, smoke saved me 2.
Smoke saved you a good amount. So that means you can't die. That's going to be no wound either. So the Death Rays just poof, right past him. And then we have 3d6 shots blast +1 on these lads here. It's going to be, okay, pretty high roll again. It's going to be 16 again. It'd be 3s to hit with lethal. No, not lethal. These are devastating. That's what it was. 3s to wound because it's strength 8. 6s are good though. We've got 6 mortal wounds, which is not ideal for them. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would make. These are all effectively 2-up saves because it's only -1 and you have a bunch of dudes in cover. So just do a bunch of 2-ups. I don't really care for
how many.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You like all 5 of these guys are in cover. Oh, sorry. How many in total? Sorry, 8. 8 2-ups.
Okay, they made those.
Excellent. So he just takes the 6 mortal wounds, kills 2 dudes, and leaves 1 out of wound.
Kills him. Kills him. Injures him.
Okay. And then I'm going to go with these Necron warriors. They're going to volley into them as well. Except these 3, I'm just going to fire the Land Raider because I don't think they have line of sight over here. Which will be 5 shots because 2 are rapid firing. I got 2 wounds. 3 wounds, actually. No AP, so it's 2s. No, you're good. Excellent. And they hit on 3s because they're led, if anyone's curious. We have many more shots than the Terminators, which are all 2-up saves because there's no AP. So it'll be, minus those 3, there'll be 17 dudes for 34 shots, and then the Staff of Light afterwards. 17, I'll do them first. We got 3 wounds so far. And then, let's drop die. Wounding on 5s, I guess? Mm-hmm. Just 3 wounds, first off. Round 2. So that's going to be, okay, 7 wounds with lethal. Good old Gauss rules. Much better than it was last edition, which was just in 1 AP, the dumbest thing ever. 1 more. Okay, that's it. Get the Staff of Light in there as well. Oh, let me double. Actually, I have no idea what a Staff of Light does this edition. Hitting on 4s, with it's still 3 shot strength 5 is -2/1 damage, but +1 hit because he's part of a unit being led. 4, 5s. 2 more. These are -2 though, so you do them however you want. Like I said, they're all in cover, so these are all 3 ups at -2. Yeah.
So these are 3 ups.
Oh, got a guy.
Yep.
Then you have to fail 3 2-ups here for you to be very sad and me to be very happy, but I'm okay with all the results so far. Close. He's got 1 wound left.
1 wound left.
That is the difference between 4 victory points and 2 victory points. These guys all fell back. They can't shoot. This guy has no line of sight to fire. This all resolved.
They advanced.
They advanced. They shot. That's it. We're done. I'm not charging anywhere. And I am going to get rid of Investigate Signals, which I don't get a command point for. And I score 2 points for no prisoners for the Rhino kill. But ultimately, still, I'll count it a pretty good turn.
Alright, so Drew Cleanse, where I have to do an action on an objective I control in no man's land, and it's either for 3 or 5 points, depending on how many I do it on. And then Engage on all fronts, I will get points based off how many of the table quarters I can get in. At least 3 table quarters, hopefully 4, but I don't think I can get the 4 this turn. So, both possible for some points.
Excellent. I'd love to see it. One of these, at least 2 of these 3 objectives have to be cleansed for the full 5. This one is automatic if you want it to be. The problem is you have to give up charging and shooting. So either the Land Raider doesn't shoot, or they don't charge. So I don't know. But that's still 3 victory points, so it's pretty clutch, pretty worth. We're just going to sit there and stare at each other and heal and gain victory points. And then that one over there is definitely doable, because I only have, I think, the 1 flayed one on it. He's worth 1 OC, so that's easy to steal.
Yep, but I'm not sure if I can get close enough to do it.
Oh, without advancing, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. That is 3 victory points is still pretty good, though.
Well, time to see if I get additional CP. I have 2 different chances.
That's true. You haven't got one this battle round yet.
So let's give the tally man the first choice.
7+. He takes it. Aha. Roll me the 4 up to see if he would have got that one. Okay.
No. Okay.
So far you're being efficient.
I forgot to do his new battle round one, but I was probably going to just stick with the cover.
Cover, yeah, that makes sense. So these guys all have cover. Didn't have to resolve too much of that, luckily. Are they battle shock? Don't roll low.
They're fine.
Excellent. So they can count towards this and actually do the action, which is pretty clutch. Otherwise, they would have just gone full send into them. Is it scoring time?
In command phase, I think I want to heal up my Land Raider.
True.
I have a 1 CP strat.
It's like if it's near an infected objective, it heals flat 3, right?
Correct. But my objectives do not become infected until the end of my command phase.
And the strat's just in the command phase?
Yep.
Understood. So D3.
It'll be D3 healed back onto the Land Raider.
See that 5 up?
Just 1.
Gross. Okay, well, still something. It's a Death Guard strat, which is, again, more reason to love the Land Raider. He's a hero. The Land Raider's a hero. I love what they've done to him.
Gifts of Decay.
That's the strat?
Yep, that's the name of the strat.
I love it. Okay, good. So not Battle Shock. So now you get to choose, do I reanimate with my orbs first, or do you score objectives first?
I will be scoring objectives first.
Excellent. I figured as much. So you're going to get 5 victory points for this one, as well as 2 for your own.
Yep.
Which is also sticky and infected, so you don't have to worry about it. Mm-hmm. And that's 7 points. Not bad.
And then you reanimate.
I think I only reanimate these guys.
Yep.
They're the only thing with an orb. Tell you guys that Overlord has an option of taking a Tachyon Arrow or a Resurrection Orb. The Tachyon Arrow, if they buff the Tachyon Arrow to hit, wound, and ignore all saves, but not damage mitigations, and do like maybe max. Yeah, I'd probably keep it as damage. I'd still take the orb over it. I would never take the Tachyon Arrow over a Res Orb as it stands right now. That either means the Res Orb is too powerful or the Tachyon Arrow is way too weak. I just don't like hitting and wounding with like single shot weapons. That's my thing.
Not to mention reanimating in your opponent's command phase is really strong.
Yeah, and arguably pretty toxic too, to say the least. Now we're within obviously 12 of the reanimators, so it's going to be 2d3. We're going to get back a casual 6 wounds worth of Lich Guard. That's 3 Lich Guard coming back. You heaven forbid, so that means this guy technically heals. And then the last guy I put down's got a wound on him. We'll go here, staying outside of an inch. Let's go back here, I guess. And then the last guy standing up will just reanimate back here with a wound.
And even if he had reanimated closer, this thing has an OC of 5, so he would not be able to steal it from me.
Yes, exactly. Okay, perfect. That's it for my debauchery here, and we're going to go on to your movement phase.
Yep.
While Sean moves, I'll show off the score here. Currently tied on primary, but I have a 12-point lead on secondaries, but he's going to be able to score some this turn. And current objectives, command points. Plague Marines are mobilizing, so the 2 squads that just vacated the destroyed Rhino are hopping over the pipes and going up and around the scrabs. Morty creeps up over here. I'm very tempted. I want to do a hypothetical. I'm not going to Overwatch him. I want to do a hypothetical death ray roll. All right, good. Thank God. I think it was a waste no matter what, but you never know. You get like 2 or 3 6s, and then all of a sudden you get an extra D3 shots each. It could be kind of clutch. I was thinking about overwatching the Plague Marines, but I don't think I will. I'm gonna hold off on that. We'll see if where they end up charging. Then I might decide on the Overwatch there. And this guy's probably gonna remain still because I'll Overwatch the crap out of him if he moves. But I guess I can't do that. I've already rolled. Whatever. It'd be a reroll. But I'd love to try. But if he's already on the objective, so he doesn't really need to. But I guess Sean has to make a decision between him not shooting or these guys not charging when it comes to the shooting phase. You can actually see how all the shooting resolves first, then decide, which is nice. All right, the Predator shifts his position just to get a little bit better line of sight.
Typhus.
Not going to bring in the reinforcements?
No, because it's a 3-up roll, and you screened out pretty well back here. These Scarabs are pushing it back quite a bit, and that blob is causing issues as well.
Pretty much Typhus would have to go right there, and that's not
a good spot for him.
That's not where you want him. So we'll hold off till turn 3. And we're going to go right to shooting. We get to figure out where all this nonsense goes.
Gonna start with this tiny little Plague Marine squad with the Tallyman, shooting over here into the Flayed Ones.
My Flayed Ones.
Starting with the Tallyman with his infected plasma gun.
Yeah, I don't know if there's more in there. Maybe the Noxious Blightbringer has one, but these they have weird plasma pistols. Yeah, is it a plasma gun or a pistol?
Pistol.
Okay,
but it has sustained hits on it.
It's just like Mortarian's Lantern.
Is it this roll right now?
Not gonna deal with hazards. That makes sense. It is a hit.
Yep. And it'll be a 3 to wound, I'm assuming? That is definitely a wound.
Probably 2. I'm only T4. But the 8 is the overcharge. What's the AP on that, 2 or 3?
For a basic one, 2.
Well, let me tell you, I just rolled a 6.
The Plague Marines?
The plasma gun in there, single shot. It hits.
No, it does not.
Because I'm
have stealth.
Thank you. That's right. I forgot about that.
Sure.
There is a light launcher in there. I have not fired one of those this edition. I actually don't know what it does. I assume 2 shots.
Yep, 2 shots, lethal hits.
Okay, 2 hits.
Both hits. It is strength higher than your toughness.
Okay, fair.
1 wound, not that high. -1.
I lose a guy. I'll probably lose this guy, I guess.
Only other gun left is the Plague Bolt Gun from the Champion. That is 1 hit. That is not a wound.
Okay.
All right, this squad over here, they're going to be shooting into the Flayed Ones as well. I'm going to start with the plasma gun on the sergeant and the other guy. They will be hitting on 4s.
1 hit.
And then,
okay.
Not a 1.
Okay.
Light launcher, 2 shots.
Thunk, thunk. Hit.
1 wound.
Ooh, it's a wound as well. That is not going to kill one of them because I can't hit slaves.
And the Plague Caster had to go into the swarms because those were the only legal target.
Oh, because he got the 12-inch range pestilential fallout or something. Is this psychic power?
All right, starting with his Plague Pistol that is not a pistol.
It's called a pistol, but it doesn't have the pistol trait, so he can actually do his psychic power and shoot his pistol.
So he hits, and he wounds.
I am going to roll a 4, and I should be in cover. I thought that was the Flayed Ones for some reason, but it's actually the Scarabs. I have 3 wounds left on a Scarab. It'll be the one furthest back, I guess.
All right, and now the D6 from the Psychic. I am not going to do a brain-busting one against bugs.
Oh, okay, fair.
So 1 shot. He does not hit.
All right, you know what? Safe. Just that one down to 3 there. Oh, we got quite a bit more shooting. What are you thinking? So many options.
All right, the Plague Burst Crawler, going to do a repeat of last turn, going to do the volley gun and the mortar into the Flayed Ones, and going to do the 2 big guns up into those destroyers.
You better hope you don't kill one.
And I am going to do 1 CP for the Boil Blight. So it's heavy and ignores cover.
And that thing did not move this turn.
Yep, so it's getting +1 to hit, so it's going to offset their stealth, and then be hitting these guys on 2s.
Excellent. Boil Blight's amazing.
All right, so starting with a volley gun down into the Flayed Ones. 1 wound and nothing. So 1 wound on them.
AP on that, so 4 up. I will make a save because I can't fail.
All right, and then the blast is going to be D6 plus 4. Whew. So 10 shots.
Oh, spicy. Increased hit because of stealth. And +1 to hit. Lots of wounds, 3 of them. Luka likes lethal. Speeds the game up a little bit.
And 2s to wound.
Oh my god! Oh, I thought that was all ones. Oh my god. I almost had an episode, dude. Weblight's so freaking good for that Top Gun. -1, 5 up save, ignore my cover. Okay, well, I'm still... Okay, in theory, it's dope. I lose a guy. I'm sorry.
So apparently Luka does not know how to blow a 5.
I don't know what's going on here. What?
Oh, but it doesn't matter, he can.
I just lose a guy, all right. The entropy's up top. Ooh.
Both hit.
Couple of cracked hits there. 3s, I think, to wound.
Yeah, strength 10.
Oh, it might be T5. We'll check it out on 2s. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so 2 wounds. -3.
Ooh.
No cover.
I like that, okay. I'm just gonna roll a couple 6s here. Oh, I failed.
You can fail saves?
I did.
Since what?
I failed 2 6s. Oh my god. All right, what do we got here then?
D6 plus 1 damage.
Yes, the first one, that kills a guy, and the second one
Kills a guy.
All right, I lose 2 of them. I will use a strat. I'm gonna punk 2 of my models. I'm gonna try and save 2 of the, kill that guy. I'm gonna kill this guy in here.
Oh, is that guy in coherency then?
That is a good question. Let's kill that guy who's not in coherency. This guy over here who's not in coherency anymore is dead. But the unit, I'm gonna use a CP on Vengeful Stars, which allows this unit to immediately shoot back at the target that just shot at them. 2s to hit because we're being led. These are all lethal, those all wound. And, the Locust Lord is leading them. And then these wound on that. All right, just 8 saves, 7 saves back. Vengeful Stars also ignores cover on those shots, so these are all 5 up invulns. I don't know, dude, I'm shaking my head. Vengeful Stars seems a little nuts. Okay.
Well, I don't really care.
That's good.
I'll take 4.
4 damage it is. 8 wounds left. Now, that strat only works when being led by a character. That's like, Necrons are all about being led by characters. If you can put a character in every one of your units, absolutely go for it, because it just... There's one like enhancement that's like a little suspiciously good. I don't bring it. It's the Sovereign Coronal, which is like a crown, which is it's like a 6-inch aura of leading units. You can put on a command barge and then just float it around and giving things +1 to hit, and then interacting with strats a little bit better too. Sorry, the ignores cover part of that is because they're being led by a character.
All right, so starting with this Predator, I'm going to try and put some damage into that monolith.
All shots.
So the big gun on top first, he misses.
Oh my gosh.
The 2 side guns,
hit.
They hit.
I think they're 5s to win the monolith.
Yep, 5s.
Hey.
Both wounds.
Excellent. AP3?
Yep, AP3.
Cover from the things in front of them, though. So these are 1-ups. AP3 go to 4s. Oh, it doesn't matter if I have cover or not. We'll just make the saves. Now, if it makes you feel any better, the monolith would have healed 3d3 wounds anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so I wasn't expecting to do anything major to it, but
that's like
it was worth the attempt.
I guess you might as well do it. I would do the same thing, yeah. We got more Terry. He's got his fancy pistol and his Plague Wind. Oh, we also have the Land Raider afterwards, but he might do an action. We don't know yet.
All right, so going to shoot the Lantern into those Lich Guard, but then do his Psychic Power into those Warriors back there to get the most out of Blast.
It's good old Magical Vortex of Plague Wind. Bring it on.
All right, so starting with the Lantern. Hits. 2 to wound. That is not a wound.
Okay.
And then, let's see, how many guys do you have in that squad?
Over 20. But not 25.
All right. So it'll be D6 plus 7.
Yes, sir. I love to hear that.
Although 13.
I love the new blast rule is very cool. Very easy to resolve too. All right, we just have his Phos Vector grenades. This kind of makes up for it. These are 2s to hit.
Yeah.
I assume lethal as well.
Most likely. Yeah. Pull out that one and double check on basically a turn faster than what it used to be.
That's nice. So these are wounding on 2s because we are toughness 3 currently.
Yep.
And then a couple mortals on the devastating. Oh, they all wound because of it. Nice.
Yep, so 2 mortals, and then 10 saves.
Because of the lethal. -2. I'm going to put these on dudes in cover in the crater. So these are 3-up saves that go to 5-up. I will, of course, we're just good. That was a save, sorry. So that's 5 fails, and how many mortals?
2 more mortals.
Well, we have a Technomancer in there, so that means this unit also has a 5-up feel no pain. That kills 5 dudes. Generally dudes back here. 1, 2, has to be guys wholly within it. 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. Just a random Plague Wind. Some of them succumb to it.
So, considering that I put nothing into the Land Raider and did basically nothing to it, I'm actually going to have the Land Raider perform the action to cleanse over here.
Yep, that makes sense. Gives up all its shooting and it can't charge, but it will give you 3 victory points.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that also means that those Terminators will be able to charge.
Yeah, they're looking for a fight. That is going to bring us to charging, I suppose. Where do you want to start?
I'm going to start with Mortarion into these warriors.
All right, do you want to do these guys too, just in case you roll like poorly?
Or do I have...
It's like one of those, if you get within an inch, you also have to declare them.
Yep, so I'll declare both because I want to be there.
You want to go right there? Yeah, that makes sense. Bring it on. Okay.
8 inches. So I think he's good.
Yes.
And then these guys are going to charge into those Lich Guard. Oh, look, they didn't roll -1.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, Mortarion didn't actually have to declare them as a charge, but he's okay going into both all the same, so it doesn't really change too much. So Mortarion's going to go base contact with that model and get engagement with them, and then these guys just engage head on over here as well. So we got a fight to do over here, that's for sure.
All right, over here, these Plague Marines are charging the Scarabs.
Okay.
They are going to be going 8.
Nice.
And then these Plague Marines are charging these Scarabs as well.
All right.
And going 8.
Bugs!
He will declare charge onto them as well.
Okay.
And go 8. Everyone likes 8.
Okay. Because they rolled an 8 on their initial charge, I kind of gave him enough room to wiggle through the unit, so that'll give him room to go base with that one, and then these guys could do their 8-inch charge as well. Boom, they would have been the last to declare after seeing the 8 on those first guys, allowing them all to make their contact. Boop, boop, boop. All right, not bad at all. Okay, that means we're done charging, I assume?
Yep,
I got no weird tricks or anything. So mostly onto you, picking where you want to go. I do have a counter, so okay, before you charge with them and before you actually charge all of this, there's always counteroffensive and they can do it for free because they have the Overlord there. Do you want to still do that charge or no?
Oh, I am. I'm probably going to start with those Terminators.
Yeah, you just fight with them first. Who cares what the Warriors on the... That's fair. Absolutely.
Mortarion's close enough to ignore your penalty.
Exactly. Yeah, you get all the... You hit on normal, wound on normal, and you actually get an extra attack and strength on him because of the infected objective you control. All right, we're doing him first?
Yep.
All right.
So, starting with my Lord of Contagion, he gets 5 base. And with the Deadly Pathogen, he will get 2 extra strength and 2 extra attacks because he's within range of an infected objective marker now.
So 2s to hit.
And he gives the unit full rerolls to wound.
Yeah.
Or for hit.
To hit, that's right. Only 1 miss. And
But 2 wounds.
Boop. Those
3 wounds.
Excellent. And these probably wound on 2s.
They are now strength 10 and you're T4.
Yeah, absolutely 2s. Oh, a couple fails though.
So 5 saves on your invuln.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh god, where's the lucky spot to roll? Over here, that's the 4-up area. No, it was not the 4-up area. I failed 4 of them. So that means that guy has to die because he's wounded. Boop. And then 3 more go down. Let's just go ahead and lose. Can't afford to lose both. Oh no, this guy's like really close now. Yeah, so I can lose you. And lose you 2, I guess, as well. And then we have the heavy weapon to go.
Yep, the Flail.
Flail.
This will be hitting on 3s, rerolling.
Yes. And a lethal. Oh,
so 2 lethals.
Excellent.
It is strength 5, so it will be wounding on 3s.
Mortarion ignoring the -1 to wound.
So 5 saves on your invuln.
That area clearly wasn't that good, so 4-ups here. 3 die. Got him. No, there's 1 left.
Again?
Yes, and then I'm gonna use Undying Legions for free on the Overlord after they take their hits. Man, these 2 Blightlords are just destroying me, dude. All right, we're gonna trigger the Undying Legions once their attacks resolve, and I am gonna bring back 2d3 plus 1. Okay, we get 4 or 5 models. Well, 5 wounds work, so 2.5 models come back.
Yep.
All right, we're just gonna boom, boom, and a half. I should probably put the second guy down. 2.5 models come back. There we go. And old Morty, I suppose, or whoever. I'm not going to counter-offensive.
You're not counter-offensive then? Okay.
No. That was the only unit I would have cared to do with, I suspect. The hard decision for Mortarion, he either puts his focus on the Warriors or the Lich Guard. Either one is iffy on being killed. It's like the Lich Guard makes sense too because they can like save these guys, but at the same time, if you don't attack the Warriors, everyone that just got killed by all those attacks is going to come right back. So, got to try and keep them down to mitigate how much they get back every turn. Mortarion is going to sweep the Warriors. It's cleave, maybe? It's the mini attack.
Yeah, it's 15 attacks.
It's like 2s and 2s, essentially.
Yep, 2s and 2s because it's strength 7 and your toughness 3 being so close.
Absolutely, they are. And should be lethal, I assume.
Yep, it is lethal, so 1 wound automatically. You know, like average.
Not bad,
That's
not bad.
perfectly average numbers.
Good job, Mortarion. And 2s to wound on top of this. Bloop. Okay, yep.
There's my 5 ones. Yep, perfectly average.
Classic 5 wounds.
7 wounds at -1.
Okay, well, these are going to be 5-ups. 5-up rerollable, essentially. So 5-up armor save. Ooh, make none of them, and then the Feel No Pain from the Technomancer saves 4, so 3 die. 1, 2, I guess, and 3. And I don't expect them to do too much damage to Mortarion. In fact, I'm not even going to pile in. I got the Lord there who might try and chip a damage here and there. I'm going to move on to the Tallyman's unit.
Yep, so the Tallyman and his group get +1 to hit because he's in there. So he's hitting on 2s.
All right, bring it on.
He only hit twice.
He's probably only got
He's busy writing down stuff.
Correct. He's got other jobs to do. He's just fighting off
1
bugs
wound.
as they approach him. So save. We're taking damage. We got 2 wounds left on that one bug. And that one down to 2. And the Tallyman's unit, which is right there, is going to do their heavy plague weapons into that unit now. Hopefully clear them up so I don't have to roll any dice. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So 9 attacks, hitting on 3s because they get the +1 to hit from the Tallyman.
Mr. Tallyman. Hey, a wound. Okay, excellent.
And 2s to wound. All right, that is 5 wounds at -2.
I have no save against that, thankfully. So the first one, they're 2 damage each, right?
Yep, 2 damage each.
So the first one kills a guy, and you better believe that kills a guy. I can remove my bugs. Bloop.
Okay.
All the Scarabs have deadly demise. They have a self-destruct rule as well, but you can't use the deadly demise if you choose the self-destruct. The self-destruct's a little bit better, but I kind of forgot to use it, so I don't really mind. I'll just roll the deadly demises. Nothing. And then they consolidate there, and I believe they're still able to pile in and consolidate if they...
They are not able to pile in because they cannot end closer in melee with a unit, but they can consolidate if they can get to the objective, which there is enough space.
There's that one dude who can get there, yeah. That's them. They consolidate. The one model gets within 3, which means the whole unit can go as long as they get closer to the objective. This guy can't pile in, nor can he consolidate. He's just keeping it real over here. And this will deny me some primary points, but it buys me some time to deal with them with my unit there and this unit here. We've got to roll well, though, to make that work. And that's not too bad. I get to fight back a little bit here and there. Here and there, I mean only there, which is over here. I am going to fight with the warriors, I guess. They'll pile in, and I'm going to choose to have just a few of them commit to this because I want to be able to retreat here reasonably without suffering too much, and that's kind of it. I'm just going to reconsolidate here and make it so... You get more guys in the... It doesn't really matter. I don't know. There we go. Done. We did it. Look, that guy's coherent too. So we got 4 warriors attacking and the Lord. I'll just do the Lord because he's the only one that I really care about. I'll get the warriors out of the way. They're easy enough. Let's get the Lord's Blades out of the way. I was too excited to use it. They hit on 3s. 3s because plus... It's either 2s or 3s because I'm +1 to hit for leading the unit. 5s to wound, but 6s are good. Ooh. A wound and 2... it's devastating. So 2 mortal wounds. And a 4-up invul. Oh, you make it. So you have a Funeral Pain of 5 up.
Yep.
2
So
damage.
2 damage to Mortarion.
The big guy takes 2. He's got 14 wounds left, I think.
Yep.
12. Ooh, 4 warrior attacks. Hitting on 3s, wounding on... Nope. Wow. I can't believe they failed. Nice giant D30? Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Then this one's going to be a little more... This guy's going to stay where... No one's going to pile in because they're already... Well, that guy will pile in just to get in base-to-base with the guy in base-to-base, I guess. Boom, boom, boom. They should all be good to attack. The Chronomancer has to attack Mortarion, so I'll figure out what he does. 3 attacks with his Aeon Stave on 3s and 6s. Nope. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the... we'll do the Lich Guard, I guess, first. That'll be 12 attacks. Oh my. These 2 giant brick wall armies slamming into each other here. I am going to hit on 2s because I have a character in my unit. The 6s do nothing. These are 4s to wound because of strength 6. Ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. That, my friend, is 6 invulnerable saves.
All right, 6 invulnerable saves.
2 damage.
Only 2 go through.
Hey,
Damage?
Just one.
each?
Just one.
Oh, just 1?
Yep, it's just like little power weapons.
Which kills this guy.
Yes.
Puts him down to 4 up. You take a mortal wound.
All right. Fair. I don't know. I can't remember why, but I believe you. Oh, shut
Take a mortal wound from taking a damage to the Lord of Contagion.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I'll take it because I must. Boom. There we go. And then I have the Lord for the epic kill. Let's go. This is what it's going to be. 2s to hit or 3s to hit. Well, definitely not 1s. Actually, might be 2s. Strength 12. Let me check.
Yeah.
You roll me an invuln and see if it matters.
It does.
It does.
All right, let me go check. 3 damage.
Yeah, 3 damage.
Nah, no, yeah, I'm ready. I take no. Oh, okay, there we go. Do 5. You know what the crap? If I killed him, and I didn't lose that lich. Oh no, because I'm kind of tied in over there too. So that's going to stay your objective.
Yep.
Which is that's still pretty good for you. That's nice. Okay, well that I think is where the dust kind of settles, and this is definitely what were your freaking objectives? Oh, you cleanse. You finished cleansing with the Land Raider,
and then engage on all fronts, which these guys got over here.
Yep, they are the half is where the heck's the half? It's like over here. So that unit's more than 3 away from this table quarter.
Yep, the half is right around this spot.
Yes, exactly.
So I did not get 2 cleanses, and I did not get all 4 quarters, but it is enough for 3 points on each of these.
Yes, getting at least 3 table quarters tactically is worth 3 victory points, and the 1 cleanse is worth 3 victory points tactically as well. All the fixed objectives are typically worth 1 more victory point if you do them tactically, because they kind of come out of nowhere and you can't really prepare for them that well. As we go into turn 3, we're going to go ahead and just pick a Mortarion thing now before I get too wrapped up on my turn and forget about everything. Which one do you think? The reroll wound?
I'm going to switch over to Diseased Influence.
Okay, is that the reroll?
Yep, reroll wound rolls of 1 for all Death Guard units within 6 inches.
All right, well, that's pretty clutch because you can get the Land Raider in range of all that stuff too. Nice. That's good. Okay, well, my turn 3, eh? Well, we got some reanimating to do, some cards to draw, and let's see what the gods of war have for us in store. Looking at my 2 new cards, we're going to draw Bring It Down, which I got a few targets in sight here in the Land Raider and Mortarion, as well as Assassination, which kind of fills that cup too, as well with Mortarion. Kind of saying, kill Mortarion, but he's got that 4+ invulnerable save and a 5 feeling no pain, so I'm not feeling it. I think I'll go a different route. I think the plan is, and always has been from the beginning, ignore Mortarion, kill everything else, because he's respectively tough. To go over a couple things. This is my plan. I'm going to try and get this guy for Assassinate as well as this for Bring It Down. The Land Raider awards 5 victory points tactically if I kill it, and this guy gives me 5 victory points if I kill him as well. Just got to fall back and ignore Mortarion. He is too scary and too tough. I respect his toughness quite a bit. His toughness 12 with the 5 feel no pain and a 2 4 That's hard to shake. That is real hard to shake. On top of that, he can also be targeted by the
Gifts of Decay,
the D3 heal, or flat 3 if near an infected objective. He's pretty spicy. I think he's pretty spicy. I don't believe there's anything I have to do in the command phase before battle shocking, so I will, if I have to, I'll go back and do it, but I don't think there is one. I do have to do battle shock for this unit of Lich Guard. Ooh.
That is a...
I gotta see, it's probably a battle shock. Okay, well the Overlord is apparently leadership 4.
Yeah, Primarchs are a lot situation. They're more scared of combat than an Overlord.
You can look at it as, I don't understand why Mortarion's 5 and the Overlord's 4, but Battle Shock represents, for anyone who's curious on the Battle Shock stuff, the leadership characteristic represents like several degrees of the battle, kind of like your tactical position. So it's not necessarily that like he would be afraid of the combat. He'd like look at his tactical position and be like, we can't be here right now. We got to go somewhere else. We have to try and get somewhere else, right? Not afraid, but like this is a bad spot to be.
Yeah, and disrupt the lanes of communication and such.
Correct.
So
a lot of things like that. So like the Overlord, technically much older and experienced than Mortarion is when it comes to combat. When you think about it.
And he can literally control his subjects.
The entire army, right?
So
I guess maybe,
it makes sense he has control over the battle.
Yeah. You got 10,000 and some years old, or over 60 million years old, right? Now he slept for a majority of that. So I don't know how long he's actually been awake. So it's hard to say what the actual like living experience would be. I'm just kind of talking off camera, like mid-game chat, like just talking about cool characters, like forcing Battle Shock. I should try the Psychomancer for the Necrons just to give it a shot. And you were mentioning the Noxus
Blightbringer, which subtracts 2 from any Battle Shock tests within his contagion range.
Oh, which gets bigger every turn.
Yeah.
Oh, and you give him the
give him the 3 extra inch aura. So by turn 3, it's a 12-inch aura of -2 to that check.
See, I'm like, how big is? I think that something like that could be big, and you only know when you try enough in practice, right? Like the online can say it's crap, it's whatever, it's worthless. But until you try it for yourself, You
And there's
never know,
also
right?
a power on one of the characters that can increase it an additional 3.
Oh,
So it
damn.
could be a 15-inch aura of -2 to leadership.
30-inch circumference. Put them right in the middle. It's like Plague Marines or something. Just
Oh, yeah.
holding an objective, or like, yeah, that would work right here. I'd be battle shocked, right? That's a great example of where to use that.
Of course, he probably would have been over here, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Correct. Yeah. In this case, he'd probably be over there. You're right. Okay. Well, that's my battle. Do I have any other battle shocks? They're over 10. It looks like, or over 11.
Yeah, they're at least 11, so they're fine.
Yeah, they're gonna be fine. That's it. Okay.
So battle shock done. On to end of command phase.
I'm gonna choose to score my 2, I guess. We got 5, 6 on there.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get more.
I have 3. There's no way I could.
You can only get 3 more guys backs.
And that would give me 5, and I'd still be down by 1. Okay,
Yep.
good to know. I'll go ahead and reanimate them all the same. Oh, I get
A guy.
I get a guy back. Just reanimate him right here. Hello. Standing back up and joining the fight. I guess I'll go with these guys reanimating. They're not near an objective, so they're gonna get D6. Necron warriors always reanimate D6, but they're gonna get an extra D3 because of this thing.
All right, so which
D3?
one's first?
Oh, I wish I was a
3.
D6. And then D6. Okay, so we have 4. All right, so 4. Let's see. 1, 2. Again, trying to stay near the parent unit here, coherent to what was there. 3 and 4. They're going to stand back up over there. The goal is to still fall back this turn and just save face. This is kind of like cowardly tactics, but I can't go toe-to-toe with Mortarion for like too long. Even going toe-to-toe with this guy is making me a little suspect. I think I have to try and keep him in there so I can put all of the monolith shots like into this thing. All right, we're gonna go to a couple other reanimates. These ones are just, they're D3 sadly. So we're gonna bring back one of the destroyers at full health.
Of course.
And then the flayed ones are gonna get back 2. Okay, so we're gonna reanimate those flayed ones kind of up here, I guess. I got a plan this turn. It's going, let me just go, whatever else, go over here. I'm gonna try and put, that destroyer's back over there. I'm gonna try and put half of the destroyers into one target and then the other half into the other target, and then have the flayed ones try and clean up one of them and take control of the objective back. Is the plan to reclaim a little bit of control on this side of the battlefield, and then the same idea over there, really. I don't score this because you have big objective control here at the end of the phase. I do only control the one in my territory. That'll give me 2 victory points. Which brings the score 21 to 13 for myself. So I only go up from 7 to 9 to tier 7. So only up 2 on there, and I got a little bit more points in the second. I did forget for supply lines though, because I control the objective of my territory. I go up to 4 command points. I'm using them, I'm a very defensive player at heart, so I typically try and save most of my stuff defensively. It's coming back over here to look. I was going to go to the movement phase and move things back, but this guy's engaged with Mortarion, which means I have to fall back both, which is not what I want to do, but it's what I have to do regardless, because I can't afford Mortarion to hit either one of them. And I want to reanimate these units on your command phase and not take the damage back from it. I'm too afraid of either one. Oh man, but then the potential staying in combat there is not too bad. Mortarion attacks. If I just lose 5 models and I reanimate more than that, I don't know if I'd lose. Nah, I don't want to risk it. I'm going to fall back on both squads. So this is, we retreat this way, making it so Mortarion can't. I got to make sure this area, you know what, let's just go like this. There we go. They have more than enough movement to back it all up. That's why I don't want to commit too much on the pylon. So Mortarion can't fly up and over me. He's got to keep clashing with the front line here, or go elsewhere, you know, or like the annoying bug he is. We retreat from this combat as well, surrounding the Lord of Contagion. I believe the monolith's kind of in a stuck. It's not a bad spot. He's just not moving too much. You know, we're going to keep this reanimator right here as well. All these units are still within 12 of it, so trying to keep it alive as much as possible. And then I got to reposition this unit a little bit. I don't want to, but I'm going to move the flayed ones up, and then I'm going to reposition these guys to push the no zone that way a little bit more to make it so you still have to show up with Typhus over here somewhere. Go over here to the flayed ones, they go back into the building. This one's just on the lower level, which is saving, you know, myself the reach. Got a few of them creeping out here. Then I got to reposition the Locust Destroyers to all have line of sight to the target at hand, because again, this is obscuring, so that's going to make it a little suspect. And also screen this area out a little bit. Moving the Destroyers, so the thing is, like, again, they're mounted, so they're not infantry, so I have to actually move around the ruins properly and flying up and down, but we go coherent there and then just chain it out this way, because they don't need to be near 2 other models. They're only like 5 or 6 strong. 6 is just 1 model in this new edition, not 2. So we should be good. We got 3 on the upper level, a couple down here, and then the 6th guy over here, keeping coherency with that one guy, trying to push the no zone somewhat back. And then we have to move this unit a little bit. The Technomancer is going to come back here. You stay away from my back lane here. So this is kind of where they're going to reposition, just Technomancer going that way. I guess the coherency of 2 models is pretty clutch and important, so we'll go like them there. We'll have you move back to keep it good to go. And a few of these guys are going to move just a little bit further up, just because they want to get some shots this way as well. Something like that, just to get a few shots in. I think that's kind of it for movement.
All right, rapid ingress.
Yes, that works. That works. Fair. Same for, I forgot all about that. Here we go. Oh, typhus is going to be an issue right away. Oh no. Hello and welcome. This is a good reason to hold till turn 3 too, because rapid ingress is very powerful. Uses the command point though, so there's always that, I guess. But what it does is it allows an enemy unit to show up in the end of my movement phase, and then they activate normally on their turn, because they showed up my turn. I figured this was going to happen this turn. There's not much I could do about it. I just didn't want you showing up back here and then moving and hitting my back line. So you have to hit me in the front, nice and honest. Okay, shooting. It's going to be pretty damn important to get some damage on this Land Raider. Who you have no CP for pop and smoke at least, right?
Not this time.
All right, so I'm just hitting you normally. So Death Rays, boom. Particle, whip, boom, is the idea. As much as I said I'm a defensive player, I need extreme offense here. So I'm going to use one command point on Protocol of the Conquering Tyrant, I believe. Before this Monolith gets to shoot, any unit he fires at half range, I get to reroll the wound roll against. If I had a character leading him, which I don't, it'd be the full range. But we're within 12 for the Death Rays, and obviously within 12 for the Particle Whip. I actually think every Necron strat is pretty fire. They're all like really, really good. A few of the armies I've played, I'm like, well, I mean, that's like an okay strat, but I probably won't use that. Every single one of those Necron strats I think is really good. Death Rays on 3s, because no smoke. A couple misses. Okay, these are, I think, forced to wound with a reroll. Don't need the reroll. No cover. These are -4, 6s.
Oh, no cover? Okay.
Oh, wait. No, you have cover. Sorry, I thought you were popping smoke. You definitely have cover. That thing's giving you cover. I don't know why I thought there's no cover. You have 5s.
No.
No command point reroll, eh? I gotta do these one at a time because I might consider using a reroll here. So this is +1 damage. That's 3, bringing you down to 6, eh? Mm-hmm. So I need a 5 up to kill you, or reroll this one for something higher than a 2 and make the second die a little bit easier. I'll command point reroll that. Now, you can do fast die rolls, but when it's really important, you should be nice and do one at a time. Don't roll less than that. Okay. So I do 4 damage to him. He's got 5 left. So I need a 4 up to kill him here. Oh, I got him. So I put it without I burnt a reroll, technically. Does he explode? Deadly Demise? Please, no?
No.
We do pop a Land Raider, though. Good job, Death Rays. No sustained hits yet, though. Come on. Where you at, buddy? And we have the 3d6 shots at this guy. 3d6. It's always spicy, man. Always spicy on this Particle Whip. I'm also rolling and making this Monolith look way better than... Like, it's already really good. I'm making it look overpowered. 3s to hit Buddy Boy there. Okay. Okay. Well, this is definitely a little overkill on him. Because these are... Any 6 to wound, he's dead because they're devastating. And I get... Those are drop dice. I'm just going to go... There, he's dead. Boom. Particle whipped him. That means I steal that objective back... Where I take away the corrupted objective here. And I have so far won this titanic clash we have on this front. It only required like 80% of my army. Still a Primarch of the Death Guard to deal with. Okay, well that's it for my shooting over here. That was quick, I guess. This all fell back. I am going to go with the Locusts. And they're going to put all their shots into these Plague Marines. However, this is going to be a little awkward. So this of the three Locusts are going to target this unit. They're closest to them. They're going to reroll hit rolls. This guy here and this guy here are going to target the other unit. However, this guy is closer to them, so he'd have to reroll against them, but I think I don't want to put his shots into them. So I'm going to do these 2 into that unit of Plague Marines, and then the other 3 into this unit of Plague Marines. This one guy does not get to reroll. I'll do him first. Guy not rerolling on 2s. He's got 2 wounds because of and then strength, probably not a wound. And then this guy is rerolling. Got a wound, and then do these wound. No. So 3 wounds on that one squad of Plague Marines at -2.
5 ups.
Kills 1.
1.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Good roll. And then I have the other 3 to the other squad. 2s with a reroll. Technically, the math is better just to do this. Just to fish for lethals with the Locust Lord. If you're hitting on 2s and lethals on 5s, the math is better to reroll everything. So this is going to be not a wound. All right, so that's going to be that many saves. 5 ups. Oh, excellent roll. Only killed 3.
Pop. 1,
Pop.
2,
Pop.
3.
4 models left there and 3 models left there, eh?
Yep.
Yikes, yikes, yikes. Man, I do not want to expose my destroyers. Let me tell you, but I might need to expose my destroyers to clean up. Oh, I got more shooting. I have a little bit more shooting. These Necron, ooh, tempting, actually. Son of a gun. No, I'm going to go for these guys over here. Just going to put whatever shots I can into them. It'll be 10 shots from those who have range and line of sight. A couple are rapid firing. 3s to hit because they're being led. Two lethal hits, I should say, not devastating. And these are 5s to wound, yeah. Take an additional wound. Boom, so 3 ups.
Or cover? Oh no, I can't go up to high.
That's why the Reaper I don't think is valuable, because had I had the Reaper, it'd be wounding a little bit better, but you still have your full save.
Yeah.
I like the no AP on the Flayer a little bit better. Oh,
1 damage goes through.
There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And then I wouldn't have had as many shots, right? I've only had 2 guys shooting 4 shots. I think I like the Flayer. It's a damn shame. A lot of people built Reapers on their warriors, I guess. But that means more people get to buy more kits and support Games Workshop more and buy more Necrons. It's genius. Granted, not saying the Reaper is bad. The Reaper is still very good if you're going to be using Reaper warriors with a monolith, because you keep them in the back of the line of sight, and then every turn, boop, here's another Reaper squad. Here is 40 shots.
Close enough so they don't get cover.
Correct.
Full line of sight. It'll be good.
Yeah, and you could. Yeah, exactly that. I was going to say you could then full rerolls too with that one thing. That's a nasty use. That's a lot of firepower. Strength 5 AP 1. I don't mean to make it sound bad or anything. It's damn good. These just provide excellent backfield support, which is what I'm trying to do with the list, I guess. Okay, so the flayed ones are going to try and charge just this unit of 3. The Tallyman and his 200 friends. That squad is going to just keep it real where it is. I will roll a 6, which is good enough. So we're going to go. We'll go right here, staying an inch away from that other squad, so something like that in base contact.
Could have put it on them, but wasn't thinking about it at the time.
You know what? We forgot to use before we resolve any of this, it should be easy. The Plague Caster has a -1 to wound psychic power.
Yep.
It's 18-inch range. We've meant to do it early. We just forgot to. It's a 2-up. It changes nothing. So
okay.
There you go. So my wound rolls, they're twin linked, so they get to re-roll them. So it'll be 6s to wound, re-rolling, instead of 5s to wound, re-rolling. And the problem is we're not bullying a unit. If I killed one more model, every hit they do is 2 hits because they're bullies. But as long as I can kill 2 of them and not take too much damage back, or even 1 of them, I think I'm okay. There's no need for them to really pile in too much. I'll have this guy go there, I guess, just to get 1 more model on the objective. That's about it. Okay, they're 4 attacks each. There's 10 in range. That is 40 attacks. I'm going to do these in 10s, I guess. The first 20. We're looking for 3s to hit. 6s are 2 hits. Bloop. And 6 to wound with a shred. I got 1. I shouldn't say shred. It's twin link. But the same idea. You guys know. Some of you know. Some of you know. So far, 2. 2. Can I get more than 2? Oh, that's a lot of misses. And we got 2 6s again. All right, not bad. Let's get a bunch of 6s. 1 and... Oh, there you go. So we got 5 in total, -1.
All right, 4 up saves.
I'll kill 1. I'll take it. I will take it. Leaves the champion and the Tallyman, I assume. Bloop. And there's no real consolidating, so you can fight me back.
All right, champion with his 3 attacks, hitting on 3s from the Tallyman's bonus. 1 hit, of course. 2 to wound.
I can't help but laugh, dude. The Tallyman has close combat weapon. He hits everything because he probably hits on.
Yep, he hits on 2s normal.
Yeah.
So 3s to wound.
There you go.
3 wounds. 4 wounds.
There you go.
No AP.
That dude knows what's up. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe you. I think you still have it because it's gonna be like. Is he worth 1?
He's just worth 1.
So that's like 6, 7 on the objective.
Surprise me.
I think I have 8. These 2. There we go, thank you. So I got definitely these 5, 6, 7. Well, I think these guys are all like for sure in. So 1, 2, yeah, those 2 aren't in. In fact, that guy is actually in 2. He's 9. 9 to your 2, 4, 6, 7. I do take the objective back, which doesn't like do anything for me now, but it denies you points later. So we both have a crappy turn 3 is what I attempted here. Okay, I'm glad I didn't charge them in. I was debating on them to try and clean it up a little bit, but this works. That there, folks, is Necron turn 3 finished. I scored 5 points for Bring It Down because I killed the big tank, and I got 5 points for Assassinate because I killed the Lord of Contagion. Damn good turn for the Necrons. They are doing what I want the army to do, which is little tiny gains every turn, but these are quite a bit of points, I guess.
All right, so I've drawn Storm Hostile Objective and Area Denial. So, Storm Hostile Objective, I need to take an objective that my opponent controlled at the start of the turn, which thanks for taking that objective from me.
I know.
And Area Denial, keep units out of 6 inches of the center, and I believe I have to have a unit wholly within?
6. Oh, geez, that kind of
That
sucks.
might not be possible unless Mortarion flies to the top of the mountain.
Let's go ahead and just take a peek at that one, yeah. So I just had to double check area now. This is an interesting interaction for this mission. So typically, there's almost always an objective down in the middle. So for Leviathan games, which we're playing right now, you determine your mission you're gonna play, you place the objectives down, and then you build your battlefield. You can never put a piece of terrain on top of an objective. However, this, which then protects the area denial secondary mission for being playable. Now, what happened here was this mission tells us to remove the objective in the middle because you resolve the whole mission thing first, and then you place battlefield terrain. We were just building the table, didn't even think about putting something in the middle. Now, granted, this scuffs area denial for both players a little bit, but this is the exact middle of the board, so it's going to be hard to. You'd have to kill this unit because they're within 6 of it, but you'll still gain points for my guys not being within 3 of it. So there's still that. That would be, as long as you have one of your units wholly within 6, which this bubble here is definitely doable, you'll gain your 3 points for it being me not having you within 6 or 3 of it. So that still works out for you. I just feel bad that I have an advantage on this side of the board because I could easily got to area denial. Luckily I didn't draw it, so I would have felt bad if I seen that interaction when it popped up. I won this side anyways. I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but didn't quite see it. What are we, we're rolling for the tally man now.
Yep, tally man, and then the holding my own. So tally man.
No.
No, let's see if I get from holding.
Supply lines, yes. Efficiency. Always getting that one command point. I like it. 1 battle shock check on the tally man's unit. You're going to roll a...
Oh, they're good.
11.
They're loving it.
They are insanely brave. Okay, well, that means we're going to go to the end of the command phase where I get to reanimate my guys. But you want to score first, I assume.
Yes.
Which would be just sadly the 2 over there.
Yeah.
And then I would just do my reanimates. They're still within 12 of the reanimators, so they're going to get back just... Oh, 2 models. Wait, no, that's 3. Well, yeah, technically 2 models, but 1's wounded. Well, let's go ahead and get a couple of dudes hanging out. Do I want? No, I'm just gonna go over here, I guess. He'll just be wounded. Something like that. We'll put that model down wounded, then this guy right here. Him first, then him. My warriors get to reanimate D6 plus D3. Okay, 5. However, I was only missing 4. So I guess we'll go... no, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna. I won't do that. I won't do that. Nope. That's where you. That's the stuff you don't do with Necrons. You don't do that. That would be mean. We're gonna go here and here again. The goal of the game: keep your friends.
Yep.
You like Necrons? Don't be a jerk. Don't try too hard. Play the game. That should bring it to movement phase. Here comes Typhus. Parts of me really wants to overwatch that unit, but I gotta save the CP for defensive stuff. The overwatching is a little too ineffective here, I think. Typhus' unit moving up. I'm gonna show you where the rest of the stuff end up in a minute.
All right. So Typhus and his squad have come up around this way to get the area denial and also try to put some pressure over here. The Plague Burst Crawler just moved up a little bit to get a slightly better line of sight to some things. This squad of Plague Marines and the Plague Caster have come up just to... They're mostly just here to murder these guys.
Right.
Mortarion moved over here to have a good charge into those Lich Guard and try and take them back off that point again. He has quite a bit of objective control. Yeah, he has OBSEC of 6.
That's fair. That's fair. He's a big guy.
So,
not like 8 like the monolith.
Yeah. So if he can get in there, take out a good portion of them, you're going to lose that point.
That's fair. I can't argue that. Yeah, the Predator, if we didn't say anything, is just back there, keeping it real as the Predator does. And that is it. I think we're on to the shooting phase, right? Yes. I'm too afraid to use Overwatch. I want to really do it with the Monolith and the Locust Destroyers, but I think my CPs are best spent elsewhere. I think. I don't know. Hard to see. Here, do another hypothetical. Mortarion moved? Death Rays. Okay, good. Haha, justification. So I guess all my bad rolls out of the way.
Mortarion is shooting into Lich Guard, starting with his Psychic Power.
Shields up!
4 from...
Yes.
Last, or is it plus?
What? I have 5 dudes. 1, 2, 5. I have 8 guys.
All right, so D6 plus 4 then. Only 5 shots. Hitting on 2s.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
No lethal, but devastating wounds coming up.
Yep, that's what I'd rather have. And wounding on 3s because it's only straight 7.
I'm in T4. That's right. Oh, 2 of them.
Minus 2 wounds. Minus 2, I believe.
I make both the invulns. Okay. And
okay.
This is the lantern.
The lantern.
Hit.
It hits.
Probably 2.
It wounds.
Shield.
All right, kills the guy.
All right. Be cheeky here. You kill this guy. I'm going to use Undying Legion to reanimate them after I lose a guy.
Yep.
We're going to get 2d3 back. We get 2 guys back. We lose
I
one.
kill one, 2 come back.
Boom. We'll keep this guy here for coherency, and I'll go get one more guy. And I'll use that for 0 CP on him for his once per battle round. I guess we'll just keep this guy there as well. Just get a little bit more models on the objective. Now, I can't tell if this is an anecdotal experience because it's just the one game, or if this is like a pretty strong effect. Right now, like anyone watching is probably like, clearly it's a strong effect. It's because like you were short of killing this unit by 1 model.
Yeah.
Two different times, right? So if you just hit that 1 more wound where I failed that 1 more save.
If you hadn't made your 8 out of 9 4-up saves.
Yes, exactly. So like that means this unit would be dead, and this wouldn't be. So it kind of comes down to the dice in this one because I'm getting very lucky this game. The fact that they're still alive, so that could also play into the fact here a little bit too. So I'm curious. I'm curious if it's like too oppressive or not. Like I can see it being really annoying for the Warriors, just churning them out all the time.
I think it's mostly right now. It's because you made your saves really good on them, and your few lucky saves on him.
The fact that he's still going, yeah, he absorbed quite a bit of firepower early, and just like walked it off.
Yep, and now he's just hiding behind his big body.
Yeah, the homies, they hold hands together, they move around. Rest of shooting. Just looking at some ranges here. Another note too about the Necrons, they're like any death army in any Warhammer game historically. If you're able to start like, you have precision shots to start taking out the characters. If, Sean was able to punk this early on, then I start losing a lot of my efficiencies. Once you start taking apart the key parts of the army, it starts to fall apart. So if you're at home struggling how to play against Necrons, save command points for like epic challenges. Now, I can bring my guys back as well, but like that costs me command points. But start taking out the Lords, the Technomancers, bring snipers to if you have a lot of Necrons in your meta, definitely bring snipers. Take out their characters wherever you can. That'll frustrate them. And that will make it so it's a little bit easier to deal with. And on top of it, this thing here again, like without it, the reanimate rule is kind of weak. Like, because you can just 1 in 3 chance just hitting 1 wound. It's not going to do a whole lot. So him in the list does bring it up to a more reasonable, like to a stronger rule, but with counterplay by being able to kill. Well, granted, I'm using a monolith to kind of like block it, but if you're a Necron player, these things are like, I would say in a lot of lists mandatory. Not every list based on certain builds, but these guys are super good now. And everyone's got them too if they got the Indominus box. Anyways, what do you want to start shooting at next?
All right, Plague Burst Crawler. It's going to put the volley gun and the mortar into this guy that he can see.
Okay, fair.
And then the 2 cannons up here like he has been all game.
Excellent. What do you want to start with?
Let's go with the volley gun.
Volley gun!
Hitting on 3s. All right, good talk.
Those are ranging shots.
Yep.
now you got their range.
20 plus guys, so it'll be D6 plus 7 shots.
Love the blast, dude.
Another 13 shots.
Okay. And like we said earlier here, move, so Boil Blight's not going to be as effective on them, so we didn't bother using it.
Nope.
3s to hit because we have line of sight. And some lethals. And only 1 miss. Let me say, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all.
And 2s to wound. Yep, fell out. All right, that is fairly bad.
Okay, there we go. We got a few more here, so these are
8 wounds on that squad. -1, but you have your...
I got cover through varying degrees here, but I have to... I'm going to start taking wounds this way.
This squad.
Oh, yeah, shooting these guys. That's right. Oh, I'll start taking saves over here then. Should be all of them. So 4-up saves. Sorry, I don't let your line of sight there. I fail 6. And that's going to be 2 damage each, correct?
Yep, 2 damage each. So
I'm going to do a quick die roll here. So they're all dead. Okay. That kills 6. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all for you. 4. I guess I will take 2. These guys would have had cover against those shots as well. I'll take 2 from there to make it a little bit more difficult to get to them, I guess. The 2 big guns. Boop, boop, boop.
1 hit, 1 miss.
And
that is a wound.
definitely
Minus.
Buddy in there and cover. -3, so it should be a 5 up. Roll up the damage. Beep.
3 damage.
That punks him. And I think I'll use Vengeful Stars here to try and do some more damage to you. I don't get any rerolls though. This might seem like really impressive. It's just because of the nature of the weapons Sean has available to deal with them, it allows me to shoot you back. The best way to deal with Locust Destroyers is to kill them with things that are longer than 24-inch range. Like the Predator is pretty good at doing it, but he's still able to draw line of sight and hit them. That was a miss, sorry guys. 2 stickers are being led, and we're not firing at the nearest. Did I reroll everything before? I definitely cheated before. I don't know.
You're hitting on 2s.
Yeah, 2s. I re-rolled everything. I should have been re-rolling 1s. I picked up all the dice and re-rolled everything. That was a blatant cheat. I'm sorry, guys. That was my bad. That is 3 wounds on him. And then these are 5s. So we got 5 wounds on him at -2. Bright took 5-ups, I guess. He takes 8. Damn. You could command point to keep him around.
Not worth it.
All right, does he have a deadly demise?
He does.
Oh my god. The one downside, another loss for the Death Guard is pretty much all their demonic engines, their explosions, did no damage to Nurgle units. Now this one does do damage to Nurgle units.
Terminators. They take 2.
All right, they got 1 wound left on them. On the guy in the back there.
Plague Marines.
2.
Takes 2. So he's dead and he's injured.
Right.
Your flayed ones.
Bring it on. It's 2.
2.
All right. And then that should be about it. Well, I guess I'll just lose those 2. Or do I lose you and you? No, I'll just keep those guys. That's fine. Sorry, hitting everything around. Let's lose those 2. Oh, I forgot to reanimate these guys. No, I did. I did reanimate them, did I?
You did. They were at full.
They were at full. Did I only do those 2 units? Oh, crap. These guys, I meant these guys because they have an orb.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have an orb. They don't have an orb. I can't. That's why I didn't do it. They have a phylactery on the one guy.
because you were complaining about that before the game.
That's right. I'm like, I wish that model had an orb. He doesn't have a phylactery though. Now we're gonna fire with these Bloodlords. The other thing you can do too is like try and bait out the Vengeful Stars and hit them with everything else kind of thing. But gonna go ahead and fire them. What's the plan?
So the 3 combi weapons are in rapid fire range into them. They'll have cover, but I'm hoping for mortals.
The devastating, yep.
So
And then the other shots.
the other 2 shots over there, and then Typhus is going to do his mortals somewhere.
Gotcha.
It's not an actual shooting attack, so don't have to declare it yet.
It's an ability in the shooting.
So 4s to hit.
Typhus does not help their hitting out, if I recall.
No, I don't believe so.
And then these are 4s to wound, but they're mortals. So, or 3s technically.
3s to wound because you are within. Are you in somebody's? Yeah, you're within 9 inches of somebody. I think.
Works for me. Yeah, definitely. Don't matter.
3 mortals.
All right, that's gonna go right to Feel No Pains. I lose 2 of my Necrons. I guess I'll lose. Are these guys within 6 of that? Or no?
Those guys, yeah.
All right, I'll lose these 2 then.
All right, Reaper Autocannon into the back squad. That is 3 hits.
And 6s are devastating.
But that is all wounds because of contagion.
Yes, that is -1.
Yep, -1.
I will just first on him. He's dead.
Does he actually die?
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to think heresy or not heresy, right? So I gotta do. He's dead. Good job, Technomancer. He's dead. Okay, we got him. Plague Spear.
4 hits.
2s to wound. Anti-infantry.
4 wounds. -1. No cover.
I'll just put it on dude's back here. So 5s. And then the Doctor or the Technomancer. Okay, 1 dice.
Doing the plasma gun, rapid firing up into here.
All right, bring it on.
And then he will also do his shots up here. Not overcharging. 1 hit.
That's a
wound.
that's the damage.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and put it on this guy back here, I guess. Did I say cover? No, I didn't say cover. I was put on him. I failed anyways. Oh, the plague pistol. That's not a pistol. That's right. Hit.
Yep.
Should be.
That's a wound because your toughness is lower unless you're
T6. We're done at T5 now.
Right,
Nice.
D6 shots from his psychic. 3 shots.
Excellent.
1 hit.
Okay.
That's probably not a wound.
All right. Well, and then who do you want to do the 2-up -1 of wound rolls against? Probably the flayed ones, I assume.
Yeah, that's probably the best choice. Into the flayed ones. 2 up.
Oh,
I take D3 mortals.
The unit does. Yep. Oh, just take your casual 3. Oh no! It kills the plague marines.
Gonna hurt my chances of taking that objective back.
You fell for my plot of baiting you into using the psychic power for the guys to die to the perils. That was, oh god, this is horrible.
The Tallyman's infected plasma pistol.
It's got sustain. Let's go. Let's see it.
Oh! How much sustain does it actually have?
How about something cool like D3? It's sustain D3. Yes.
So 4 hits.
It's just he's just like, man, it's like a line of plasma. That's so cool.
Strength 7, but you're T3 right now.
Should be 2s. Oh, that's not bad then. I guess it's 3 wounds. 6s. 2 die. Bam. And bam. Who gets the Eater Plague from Typhus?
Well, considering these guys died, I'm going to have to put it into these flayed ones. Otherwise, I won't be able to take that objective from you.
The Eater Plague is a very unique ability. It's a 2-up roll for mortal wounds.
5, so it will be D6 mortal wounds.
One, it has 2. Okay.
2 mortal wounds.
Okay, well, that's going to crush those 2, I think. We'll leave them left. I think I've been reanimating these guys like 6 times a battle round, essentially. Oh, with all the shenanigans. All right, the Predator
is going to shoot his blast cannons into the Slitz Guard to try and whittle them down to help Mortarion.
All right, now they will. Now, before you do that, they are going to be -1 hit, -1 wound because he's probably too far away from Mortarion for the bonuses.
Don't really have much of an option at this point.
All right, the twin linked strength 14 gun
Misses.
Because the Chronomancer.
It would have missed anyway.
Would have missed anyway.
Other 2.
Yep.
1 misses because of the Chronomancer.
3 to wound because their ability.
Wounds on your invuln.
Shield up. Can you deflect it? Yes. There was a time where you used to deflect a shot at a nearby target.
Yeah.
That was many years ago. Or sometimes it'd be the target that shot it if they're close enough. Anyways, I got dumb lucky as usual.
So Mortarion is going to charge in here, going for a Hail Mary.
It's got to roll like a god to get through enough of them, yeah. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't here, but you might as well roll the dice in your favor here.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to try and charge back here. So Typhus over here.
Now holding.
5, that should be enough.
That's the world of good enough. It is, funny enough, a really good roll for the charge as well, because you don't want to roll high. You want them to pile in and stay wholly within 6 of this, that's what's going to happen here. Plaguecaster declaring charge, same flayed one.
Oh, yeah, he's in.
Welcome. 10-inch charge, excellent. That's where big guy charged in.
Yeah.
Excellent. I have no real interrupting, so I guess other than here, but you're going to fight first with the Plaguecaster.
Yep, Plaguecaster's going first.
He's got a nerd stick.
Yep, he has 4 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Okay, well, definitely no 6s. These are wounding on 2s.
You are toughness down to 3.
Yeah. Nice.
So 3 saves at -1.
-1, eh? That kills 3.
Okay.
That's not bad. Not bad at all. Leaves me with the 1 flayed one. You can get the flayed one's attacks out of the way, and then we'll go to Mortarion who charge, because the flayed one attacks before these guys do. If I can get some damage in there before he goes down. Hits on 3s, but
they are below half strength, so the 5s are criticals.
Every hit roll is a critical. It's for their rule. So that's 8 hits on one guy. Every successful hit roll is a critical, so that means sustain 4 on that because of the 4 hits, or sustain 1 4 times. And these are 5s to wound, but re-rolling because of twin linked. 3 wound. These flayed ones are pretty nuts too. Again, oh my god. That's all -1. 7 at -1. Oh, sorry, 1 less. That was a 4. You're right. Yeah. That looked like a 5. 6 at -1. Okay, 4 ups. I kill the champion. That's it. Left with the tally man.
He was supposed to consolidate in.
He would have. Actually, he would have. Yes. Oh yeah, the champion was there. Yeah, so he would have been right there. You're right. Yep. That means he's engaging these guys.
Or he could have gone the other way around and killed.
Correct. Yeah. So you want to go that way. Yep. 2 Virion just on their own here. Actually, I don't think the Plaguecaster's Virion. He wasn't last edition. Doesn't really matter. He's gonna get the tally man out of the way. I know it's out of order, but like this is technically the right order on this part of the battlefield. I think he just got regular weapons. Yeah. 3 wounds though. I mean, it probably should be a dead flayed one. It's tempting to re-roll that. What I should have done if I was smart is I would have triggered, after this guy killed 3, I should have triggered their reanimate. So 50-50, this guy comes back to life with a command point. To keep my flayed ones and get D3 back on top of that the next turn, eh? I'll let him go down. It'll cost me some victory points, but I'll use it. He's alive. It's pretty important to do. Okay. You risk being battle shock. Necron units without a character leading them have bad battle shock because they're just kind of willless robots, right? They're hard to. They're very simple programming. We go to this fight first, and then we have that one to resolve as well.
All right, so doing the big sweeps because the extra AP on the big hits isn't going to do much.
Correct. So it's mathematically better to do the 15 attacks instead of the 5. Yes.
So 2s then 2s.
Yes. Way better because you'll get more mortal wounds out of the devastating. He actually probably doesn't have devastating. He's got lethal though. You'll get more lethals and stuff like that too, right? That's a nice thing. Even though you wound on 2s already, so. Boom. Okay. About average, what we kind of thought would come up, and then I'm going to make about 5 of these and fail 5 of these. So 3, yep, there you go. So, yep, that's the average, 2.5 dead. I will have to lose. I'm trying to think of like what the piling in looks like. Coherent. I'm going to lose you, and take a wound on this guy. And then we can go to Typhus fighting and his Blight Lords.
I want to make sure to kill this unit as much as possible, so I'm using both CP I have.
Okay, fair.
And I am doing Sanguis Flux for sustained hits 1, and Ferric Blight for an extra AP.
Oh, fair. Yeah, I don't have any invuln saves on them, so just go no save at all, eh? Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Fair. What are we starting with?
Gonna start with Typhus's 10. Or first of all, gonna start with a pile-in.
Ah, true. Yeah, Typhus is unable to get in base contact on the charge, so he's able to pile in, which allows those 3 guys to get in behind him, which is real nice. And they're all wholly within 6 of the middle still.
All right, so 10 attacks from Typhus and sustained hits on 6s.
So 1s ain't good. Okay.
So those 5 1s are bad.
And not 1 6, eh?
Yep, that sounds about right.
2s to wound. And that is going to be 5. The 1 strat you use that makes his attacks AP 2, I have a 6-up save against that. Okay, 5 are going to die, and we have the field. They're all going to collectively die from around here. 4 actually die, because they feel no pain. Incoherency with the little triangle dudes over there. I have to, like, do some dumb jank here and big reanimate. Depends on how well these Blight Lords do, I guess.
All right, so 20 attacks from the Blight Lords.
Oof, yes, here we go.
Hitting on 3s, though, because of the fact they hit on 3s.
They hit on 3s, yep. 6s are good, 1s and 2s are bad. That is all the hits we have because of the 3 6s. 3s to them because they're only strength 5. Okay, and these are AP 3, I believe, with the...
Yes, these are AP 3, so that will be no saves, but you will get your feel no pain.
How many saves are we talking about here? Quite a bit.
14.
Okay. 14 feels no pains. I've definitely... Looks like a good amount. Almost half, actually. So 5. We're going to lose 9 dudes, eh? So 1... I need to be near this objective, though, so...
But you have the other character up here.
I know, I can't. That's the problem. I got the split on the 2 characters, and I can't put wounds on them. I can give up the objective because I can reanimate back onto it, I guess. I know I don't like to do that, but it's my own objective, so it's fine. It's fine. So that's 3 of 9. And then should be 4, 5, 6, and now it's tough. This is a weird one. I'm just gonna choose to lose these 3 because coherency's kind of borked all the same, which means at the end of my turn I'll have to fix my unit coherency by removing models until I'm coherent, which means I'll lose the Technomancer, I believe is the thing there. I won't be able to bring him back with Eternal Guardian either because he gets removed outside of a phase and you have to use a strat to reanimate a character inside of any phase. The end of the turn is outside of the fight phase, so you can't use that to fix a character dying out of coherency. I'll just remove him now for the ease of... it's okay. It should be okay because I plan on just kind of falling back anyways and consolidating back on this objective. I have my guys to fight back with. I'm just going to use... do I want to? No, I'm going to keep them where they are. I'm just going to fight with the Lord. I can have 1 guy pile in because my coherency's looser now. I don't have to worry about 2 models. And not that that breaks it either. Okay, Lord has 3 attacks. Hitting on... Don't roll 2s, I don't have to look it up. And wounding on these, because he's strength 8, I believe. Or 10-ish, but not 12, so. Invulns. You're good.
They're fine.
No damage. Oh, 1 warrior. Forgot to attack with. Miss. Easy. Okay, and then the other thing to fight with would be the Lich Guard. Well, I have to pile in to get coherent, so we're going to go boom, boom. Got to be 2 models here, so we'll say you just pile into there to fight. You're going to pile in there. And then this guy is going to bring it in, and then this guy's going to kind of bring it in as well. End up about there. Should be good. 5 guys attacking. Not the Lord, though. 2s to hit with their blades. That's a pretty spicy roll. You are toughness amazing, so
12.
6s to wound here. I could give them +1 wound, but it will only matter for 2 of them. So 3 invuln saves. Just 1 damage each. Feel no pains, 2 of them. 1 damage. 13 wounds left on him. And then could consolidate towards the objective or closer to him. Doesn't really matter much. Okay, that is probably it, isn't it?
Yep, so... End of my turn, I will have stormed a hostile objective.
You did take this objective. I got 1 friend on there compared to your 2.
Yep.
All the more reason I should have reanimated over there, but I forgot to. That's okay.
And then I will get area denial for 3.
Yes, because I still have a unit within 6 in the middle, but not within 3, and your unit's wholly within 6.
Yep.
So that guy's within 6. They're all wholly within 6. Good to go. It's 3 points, not too bad. And we're going to go to my turn 4. We're going to draw 2 new cards here. Secure No Man's Land, which is the literal 2 objectives in No Man's Land must be Necron objectives by the end of the day. Capturing enemy outposts won't be really possible. I do have the Veil of Darkness, but I have to declare that at the end of Sean's turn, and I didn't want to do it, and I can't like see my objective and be like, oh, you know what, I really do want a Veil of Darkness after all, so that won't be doable, but that is okay, because I just want to focus on the 1 objective this turn. I won't be getting supply lines either, because I've given up control of my objective by removing models from it. So that is unfortunate, but that's okay, because I got my 2, which should be okay for what I want. Just defensive stuff, typically. Kind of boring defensive stuff, but still defensive stuff all the same. Nothing to do at the beginning of my command phase other than supply lines, but I won't be able to get it. So I have to do battle shocks, which would be for this unit. They're not battle shocked. And then the unit of flayed ones over there, would like for them to not be battle shocked. They're probably battle shocked though. Might use a command point to auto pass that. No, I don't need it. I don't need it. It's all good. All right, so we're going to put that little marker for him for battle shocked, and then we'll go to reanimate. So I'm going to start with him, work my way around. We get back how many flayed ones? 1. Okay. Still OC 0 though. And I'll go grab him in a second. I need to roll a 3 up to get a destroyer back. So if I roll a 1, he just heals his wound. Oh, got a destroyer back at 1 wound though. Yeah. I suppose I'll reanimate here. I'm going to charge these. I'm going to shoot them and charge them, I think, for this objective is the hope. Thank you. That guy's at 1 wound. Halo flayed 1. Welcome. Necron warriors get D6 models back, not D3 plus 3 because they're too far from the objective. It'll be 4. I'm going to go a couple up here to bolster the lines when they retreat, and a couple back here to keep coherency, mostly. Then moving on to this reanimate, they're going to get D6 plus D3 because they're near this guy. So here's the D6, here's the D3. Nice. Got 7.
7 guys back.
Okay, the Necron rules right now are definitely showcasing how the Necrons want to play a game of Warhammer 40k. It's about like, I kill 5 of your models, you kill 7 of mine, but I get 4 back, kind of a thing, right? That's how they always want to play that super late attrition game, which could be annoying to play against, but like, no, some armies have to be annoying, I guess. There has to be the death army in the game. So I got every model but 1 back over here. Thank you, Necrons. Hey, they're gonna support fire over there, I think. And that's it. Hey, these aren't her. These guys here, they're gonna get 2d3 back because they're within 12 of this, I believe. Yeah, they're good. We're gonna get back 2 wounds. That's just the Lich Guard with 1 wound. Excellent. The best way to control this objective is be a coward and retreat. So that's what's gonna happen here. Because you're OC 8, and I'm
OC 6.
Oh, 6, that's right. This guy's OC8. I was moved back with these guys here. So that should be it for the reanimates. My movement phase is going to be retreat the flayed ones, and we're going to reposition the destroyers kind of in the windows over here to fire this way. We're going to keep the monolith where it is. Actually, I wonder. I'm going to move the warriors this way, and we're going to put the monolith here. And see where that gets me. These guys are going this way. I'll show you where this all ends up when I'm done. That's how they're going to retreat, keeping all the models near the objective. I forgot to show my score. I did control this objective and this objective because I reanimate onto it. So that gives me 7 points. And this is an update on the score and the command points. On the top of 4, I'll be at 39 to your 23.
Yep, 23.
Yeah, so we got a lead for the Necrons here. Showed their move off. I still have to move all this stuff though. Backing them up there, but at the end of the move, we're going to Overwatch with Typhus's unit for 1 command point. Anything to get damage on him. I don't have to feel no pain anymore.
All right, the Reaper autocannon. Nothing.
Nothing there.
The combi weapons.
Oh, true. 6 to hit with them. They're all rapid firing. 2 hits. And 4 is to kill. Well, 3 is to wound, actually. Oh.
1 wound, but it's not immortal.
It's got pretty high AP. I think it's AP 3. It's a dead dude. Let's lose. You're supposed to be like that. Let's lose guy in the middle. Sure.
And the flamer.
True.
2.
2. 2's to wound. 2 of them. AP 1?
Yep.
1 guy dies.
Yeah, not sure if it was worth it, but...
Well, I mean, there's always the potential for more, right? Yeah, I would have probably done the same thing. All right, and then these guys are going to move over there. I forgot to reroll wound rolls on my Mortarian there of 1 when he triggered that. I hope it might have equated to a few more wounds on them.
I think I might have had 3 wounds, so it might have been 3 more wounds. You passed 1 or 2. It would have just been 1 more guy dead, probably.
Would that matter for the objective?
You resurrected. You have like 7 guys there now.
You're right. 1 more damage. You know what? I'll take it. It should be the easiest way to do it. There's probably at least definitely that many ones. I have 7 dudes, and you have 6. So we're good.
Yeah, you still own it.
Shouldn't change anything there. Excellent. Okay. And then the monolith is going to go 7-inch move. It's not going to go too far. It'll go like to here. But you can't get in range of the objective. You get close though. I just want to get them within 12. We're going to move this guy right there naturally. Hey, just to get his shots on there too. Might as well. Last thing to move. Oh, sorry. These guys are going to retreat. Back it up. They have OC 0. They're not going to do anything. So they moved. I just put 2 over there. There's windows to shoot at them with. This guy's here to charge in that direction. This stupid destroyer doesn't actually have line of sight to anything, so he's gonna have to fire down there. And then these 2 are just keeping coherency because that's where they were. They're only moved 7. They're not that mobile. Okay, just double checking. Like, only this guy could see. These 2 have to fire down here. So that is where we are at. We're gonna start shooting. These 2 are gonna fire at the Psyker, I guess. This one and the 2 in the window are gonna fire at the Blight Lords. 2 stick because we're led. Reroll because we're targeting. Actually, we're hitting the Psyker.
You went for the back one.
So I'll just, I don't really mind either way. We wound him 3 times because of that. Strength 5 guns, so that's 4 wounds on the Psyker at -2. 5 ups. He's gonna take 6 damage.
And he is dead.
Boom, 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 boom. That's a ghost cannon. And then the 2 down there, so it's hard to see. I should have put them on the upper level. The 2 down there are going to be re-rolling their hit rolls of 1. This one I have to do separate because that's the nearest. All right, so this one not re-rolling has a wound, and then these ones who are re-rolling ones, again, I cheated earlier. The whole thing is void because I luckily made a bunch of saves on the Plague Marines when I did do it, but
oh yeah,
these are the re-rolls. So these all wound because we have a Sporpec Lord or a Locust Lord in there. Sorry, that was a 5. That was a hit. And then these wound on 4s. No, you're T6. I gotta double check now.
T6.
They're only strength 5. They used to be 6. How dare they nerf my guns? How dare they? 4 up pinballs?
Do they have cover?
You know what? Go for it. I think you technically do if I'm in the ruins because I don't think I ignore because I'm drawing a sight through the ruins here. So
it'll be 3 ups.
Yes, sir. It didn't matter. I killed 1. Excellent. I actually almost misplayed. I'm glad I only killed 1 because the monolith is supposed to go for them there. So we are going to go and spend a command point on the monolith, and we're going to fire everything at these guys here. And that's going to be a command point spent on a stratagem I totally remember the name of. It is called Conquering Tyrant? I don't know. I'm within half range. I reroll wound rolls. Conquering Tyrant. Let's start with the... let's start with the fun guns. The death rays. Brown. 3s to hit. No, where's my 6s? I just want the 6s so bad. I don't care. I want to lose. I want the 6s. These are strength 12, so 2s. I didn't need any rerolls. There's no devastating or anything, just invulns. Vulnerable saves. Oh, Cataphract. You played beautiful. 3d6 plus 1 on the blast. Oh, there. Now he rolls a little bit low. 6, 8, 9 in total. 3s to hit. Okay, yeah, those fail. And then these are going to be, there's no lethal on that. These are 3s to wound. I'm going to reroll everything, so I want them, there we go, nice. So that's 4 mortals and 2 saves. 2 saves, you fail 1. So that's 2 damage on a guy, and then you take 4 mortal wounds on the unit. Okay, well, we still got some kick on Typhus here. Let's go ahead and do everything from this squad into it, I guess. First half, 19 shots rapid firing, 6 is wound because it's Gauss. Then wounding on 5, so an additional 3. So we're at 7 in the first half. And then we got an additional 1. That's a lot of mises. An extra, okay, that helps, so those fail. So that's an extra 4 more. So 5 from that second half. I'm gonna throw in this Staff of Light first. I don't think that has no rules. Nope, nothing.
2 up saves.
These are all 2s. Oh, I kill 1.
Yep, you kill a guy.
Eat that, Terminators. Bam, 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 bam. Terminators, everyone. Thick boys. Nothing in range for him to fire out with the atomizer. They're all dead. So we are going to go on to charging. It'll just be the destroyers back there declaring a charge on the tally man. Over to here. Now we're going to charge 10. Wow. Look at that. Now we'll go base over here. Why not? Okay. It's not pretty, but they're all in their own way in combat there. We got the 4 around him in base contact and a couple guys in base contact with him in base contact. It's my only charge. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Lord's Blade on the Scarpec or the Locust Lord there. 2s to hit. He gets to re-roll against like weakened units, but that's just a character. 3 wounds. He's strength 8 at -2 or 3. So don't roll 5s. I don't have to look.
It matters.
Now it matters. His -3 that does cut his head off and allows us to consolidate, but we're not going to really move because we're already near an objective. That there will end my very exciting turn. I just did some damage to. I guess if I was smart, I would charge in with those warriors, but I'm not, and I don't really care to. I get to reanimate again on Sean's turn there, so just misery follows, you know? It's one of those. So I get 5 points for securing no man's land on both objectives, and then I'll get rid of capture enemy outposts for a command point, bringing me back up to 2, because I haven't gotten one this battle round yet. And let's take a look at what Sean has for cards, because he's only got a couple units to play with, and they're not making much ground. Let's look at Defense Stronghold here and Overwhelming Force. You could do Defense Stronghold, but I have the Veil.
Yeah.
Which I would, now that I see that you have Defense Stronghold, I would use this at the end. I have the access to the Veil for the end of your turn. And, well, hopefully I can make a charge to stop that.
Yeah.
Overwhelming Force is killing units on objectives. There'd be this one, but to quickly resolve it, they're going to have D3+3. They're going to get 5 models back on that objective. In the unit in general, there won't be enough attacks to kill the unit, I think.
Well, I could possibly still kill them.
True.
From Edo Plague.
All the shooting and everything, yeah, that's true.
And but I don't think that'll be enough. It'd be a close one. And
then over here, those Lich Guard are going to heal 3 wounds worth, so that's 2 more models back. 2 more models, but one's wounded. Yep. So it'll make it a little bit harder for
So Mentorian would probably not be able to take them out.
Not be able to take them out.
So yeah, good game.
Yeah, we'll probably throw in the towel. We've been playing for a while, too. You guys have been watching this battle report for a while.
This has been a long one.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more of the same. This game would be a lot more you bouncing me. Probably do quite a bit of damage over there and there, but I got just so much to play with still. The Silver Tide worked really, really, really well.
Him making those 8 of the 9 saves.
Yes.
I think gave him the game.
These guys are about to get a post-game show, but I want to remind you there is another game uploaded right now in the MiniWarGaming Vault where John and the Imperial Knights are going to take on my Orks with the Stompa. You can follow the link in the description below for that bat rep.
That was them holding in general was just huge because I went down to 1 model I think twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they had died, Mortarion would have just wiped through here and probably Daxy been able to do something to this monolith.
Oh yeah, Mortarion could. I had to screen the monolith as much as I could because I know Morty can probably one-tap it almost.
It's 5 attacks.
2s.
2s to wound. I'm not sure.
2s to hit. Probably 3s
to wound.
Yeah.
-3.
Yeah.
4 damage each.
Oh, I went down to 4, eh? Used to be 3 plus D3.
Yeah, so it's only flat 4.
Okay.
So you can do 20 wounds max.
Okay, well he would in a couple turns he would kill it. He would kill it over its healing capabilities.
Yes.
Absolutely. The other big crutch thing obviously was not only did the Lich Guard hold, that reanimator just bounced all the shots off.
Yeah. He should have died turn 1 from the 8 las cannon shots going into him.
Yeah. Yep. I had to play aggressive with him too to get him up the board. So I took a pretty big gamble and it worked out really well for me.
If this had died, or you had failed the saves here,
Yep.
this would have been a much different game.
Yeah, that aggressive play turn 1, and they're still holding over there. I am pretty impressed. We got to show off the Eternity Gate on the monolith. We're over here now fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't expect Necrons to be overly fast as an army and get in your face right away, but with the monolith, it can be. It very well can be. Yeah,
they're quite good.
Yeah. What do you think of the Silver Tide?
Very durable. You need to have a lot of shots to take out the Silver Tide.
A lot of blast, a lot of flamers, a lot of small, no AP, 1 AP kind of shots.
And you can't split fire at all.
No, you got to focus them down, yeah.
That was probably one of my other mistakes. I tried going multiple directions. I should have just focused one direction, ignored everything else.
Maybe. It was the only thing is putting a little bit more pressure with the Predator on. It's only 3 shots, but even if 1 or 2 are getting through, it could eat away at these guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I had basically just left this alone and let you have it, it would have taken me because I wasn't able to get to that one turn 1 either.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have been getting 12 points from primary every turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I couldn't let you do that, so I had to commit something over here. The dice rolling is what's
this was super dicey game. Right off the beginning, I can't remember. There was some roll I made. It wasn't the 9.
The double 6s on the saves on this guy.
That's what it freaking was. Well, I remember that was I'm so sorry, guys. This is nuts.
Yeah, the double las cannons were ignoring cover.
Yeah.
Needing the 6s.
Right, they had Ferric Blight on it too. Or, Bile Blight?
Boil Blight.
Boil Blight, that's what it was.
So,
nuts.
No cover, you'll need 6s, or it's 2d6 plus 2 damage.
Because right before that, I rolled a bunch of 5s.
Yep.
On the Predator. That's
because I had been thinking about doing that.
Yeah. To ignore the cover, and okay, I'll ignore cover on this one. Doesn't matter, I'm just going to roll 6s.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That goes to show you that's like, now Grant, that's annoying, but it's good to see that the lower AP on weapons is allowing those saves to happen, whereas that was never a thing last
Oh,
mission.
no,
It was
definitely
like,
not.
Point, click, dead, point, click, dead, point, click, dead. There's almost no consideration at all to where you put your shots. And it's just, I got it. And this was a 2,000 point game too, so this is a proper size game. So I was a little worried about playing it because I was getting a little more comfortable with the 1,500 point games because no one had enough firepower in a 1,500 point list to consistently kill whatever they wanted. You had hard decisions. Now 2K, that's where the decisions are always easy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think at 2K, the decisions are going to be slightly tougher now. You have to dedicate at least half, if not like 3/4 of your shooting
To kill like one thing.
to guarantee you kill one unit.
Exactly. And that's where the game should be at. It should be every decision you make should be a hard decision and whiffs should happen. I think there was somewhere I completely like whiffed an attack. I'm like, oh geez. And I had to put like, it was technically not really them. I can't remember what it was. I apologize guys, but there was somewhere where I had a pretty lucky turn, but there's a few times where I just couldn't get the damage that I wanted. And that's where the game should be at, yeah.
Monolith feels like an almost auto-include.
I like him.
Reanimator, auto-include.
Yep.
It's a 12-inch aura of adding D3 to reanimation rolls. That's just good.
Yep. I don't know if, like we were discussing off camera, like it could be like maybe reduce the range or make it so it only triggers reanimations on my turns, or maybe it's fine how it is because reanimates can be typically kind of meh. I built this list to skew heavily into the reanimations.
Oh yeah, and it showed.
Yeah.
This squad reanimated on average 3 times per turn.
Yeah, that's
per
what the Lord making it free on one of the two, paying the command point on the other one. We had supply lines, which helped us too.
Yep.
Allowing me to do it a little more often.
And then you do it my command phase, your
And-
command phase.
yeah.
So they were doing 4, maybe 5 reanimations per battle round.
At most, they could do 8. That's nuts. If I do, no, I could do 4 on your turn, 2 on my turn, right? No, 4 and 1. I can't remember. I've lost the math.
Yeah, but a lot.
Yeah,
to the point where they will never die. If you choose one unit, they are basically guaranteed to live unless they get wiped out to a T at once.
Yeah, I guess it would be 8 if you shoot me on my turn. If you fight me on my turn, if I fight you, shoot you on your turn, yeah, there could be up to 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts. Yeah. Okay. Geez. Well, I was happy to see the Lich Guard standing the line. They rolled really well, but like I like that they had the opportunity to stick around the whole time, and it was close either way. Having the Lord be left on his own wouldn't have been very good. He's kind of durable. He's only like 6 wounds with a 4-up invuln, so.
Oh yeah.
He's -1 damage, but.
Yeah, if he was there, I would not have had to worry about him at all. Also, the -1 damage, I'm assuming, is to a characteristic. Morty ignores that. Because you can't modify any characteristic of any Death Guard unit within 6 of him.
Even the weapon characteristics, I guess. Yeah.
Or any modifiers to rolls.
True.
The only modifiers he cares about is armor saves.
Yep, that's kind of funny.
And rules as written as of now, he brackets, but he does not bracket.
Correct. His own bracketing actually doesn't affect himself because it reduces his hit rolls by 1, but you can't modify his die rolls. So he never brackets either. But he didn't really bracket before either. So it was like kind of like the endurance of Mortarion. You can never really slow him down. Yeah.
But I do think vehicles are going to be seen a lot more this edition.
I think so too. Yeah.
The Predator,
Rhinos. Yeah.
is good. You never threw any shots at it, but because he's so far away that you never wanted to go that far.
I didn't mind him at all. He just kept I just kept making every save against his AP3 shot. AP3 is one of the highest APs in the game now.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just making 6s. That's essentially it.
But yeah, fun game.
I appreciate the good sports. Necrons can be a little miserable to play against, especially if they're hitting those. If I'm building towards reanimations and they're hitting those reanimations, it's just a slog to fight against them. There's definitely a few things I wouldn't mind adjusting. I definitely want a Hexmark Destroyer. That thing is
insane.
That thing seems nuts. I would have to drop if I want to play this exact same list again. I'd have to drop the 5. I think just dropping the 5 flayed ones out of the 10 lets me do it, which is
worth it.
It was super worth, yeah.
Okay, they are nuts in melee.
Yeah,
if they're attacking something at half strength.
Yeah. I add them in the list just to infiltrate somewhere on an objective and just skulk in that area. And with that D3 back every one of my turns, you have to kind of put a little bit more firepower into them. So
yeah.
Oh, there's 70 points for 5. Yeah, that's what it was. 70 points for 5.
I definitely split my fire too much.
Probably.
Should've.
Maybe, I guess, I can't remember the game. I don't know why, for what reason I can't remember the game that much. I can't remember where the split firing was.
I was shooting over here into both different units. I was shooting into these guys, shooting into them, shooting here. Yeah, I should have just been concentrating firepower. You have to go back to 8th edition tactics against Necrons.
Kill the unit, no matter what.
Wipe them out.
Yep.
Just know that they will reanimate during your attacks as well.
Yeah, so they get a little bit of 9th edition and they get a little bit of 8th edition on their reanimates now.
Yep.
And again, for people playing Necrons, if you want to go super hard, super annoying, you can manipulate your reanimates still, but I recommend you don't. I think it's poor sportsmanship to try and manipulate every part of the rules to your advantage here. Now, hopefully I didn't do too much in this game. I know I did it to get that objective back there, but you
did not steal an objective from me.
And I tried to avoid doing the nasty thing in the middle there to deny you 2 victory points there. There's a lot of things you could do that's it's already miserable enough playing against the Necrons. Don't make it that much worse for your opponents. Let them kill your things. Let them get their victory points if they, or don't deny them victory points. But you know what, whatever, don't let me tell you what to do what you want to do, but keep it in mind that people hate that kind of stuff.
Now, if you're in a tournament, go for it.
Exactly.
They signed up for it.
If you're at an event, if they know what they're doing at an event, they know we're playing the Necrons, they're going to be in for a miserable time. Yeah, and it's going to be a long game too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes Necrons can be hard to play at events. You have so much time to play, and they require a lot of time to play. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have a lot of ores they got to stay in range of. They got a lot of little rules, and they don't necessarily do a lot of damage. They're like a low damage army, but they're a high like durable threshold, right? That's the idea.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it seems like all the cryptex are kind of useful now.
I think so too. I think every single one is good. I prefer the more defensive ones, personally. So
that 5-up Feel No Pain really... Without that, this unit probably would have got wiped.
Oh yeah, so was the other unit too, probably.
And this probably would have... Yeah,
you got them down
probably would have finished them off.
I think so, yeah. That 5-up Feel No Pain's really... The Chronomancer, I've got to try it again because it was against Mortarion, which completely ignores like the elements of it, but I think it's got potential.
I think he's a good... Like we talked about at the beginning of the game, if you have 2 monoliths... Oh, Mortarion's ignoring all modifiers over here.
Let's just go.
Take the unit over to the other side. Now you don't have to worry about it.
I'm kind of curious what a double monolith list looks like, but that would have to really readjust a lot of the points. Now, they're OC8, so they can kind of scrap on objectives themselves pretty well, and then maybe just have... well, I'd have to figure out how to make another list. Probably lose the Locust Destroyers, because that would be the similar kind of firepower, I guess.
Oh, yeah. With the 3d6 blast particle whip.
That's nuts, dude. I don't know. It was just that thing was rolling hot all game, too.
But no sustained hits for you.
No sustained hits. I couldn't get a single death ray hit off. And he made all the saves, too, at the end for the death rays.
Yep. But... I got a sustained hit with my infected plasma pistol from the Tally Man.
I didn't get it. I wish I had the sustained hit so bad. Oh, thanks for being a good sport, man. Sean, that was an excellent game. I usually don't like to do Death Guard versus Necrons or Death Guard versus Death Guard or Necrons versus Necrons, but I figured I'd give you guys one this edition. You probably won't see me do it again.
And to be honest, against Death Guard, they're not as resilient as they used to be.
Correct. They are more of a Marine army, like a traditional Marine army. Yeah.
They have a few... little bit extra toughness here and there.
A little bit less movement. Different weapons.
And the lethal hits is just really, really good.
It's nice. It's consistent. It's less rerolls on the plague weapons. Easy to remember. And auto wounding on the 6 is way better than rerolling once to wound. Let's just put it that way.
It is.
So that's a nice quality of life change. If you got to remember, guys, don't focus on only the negatives. Like, don't look at what you lost. Look at what you gained as well, right? Your things are cheap. You're paying... sometimes cheaper, if not the same points as other Marines, but you have a lot more durability than they do, but you have a little bit less mobility. That's the trade-off, essentially. You don't have both of them either.
And just keep in mind, Morty is not really a full beef stick anymore.
No, he's
a super support character.
And he's really, really durable too, and you can heal him. So that's where it's
you can heal him D3 or flat 3
if he's
every command phase if he's near infected objective. Just keep in mind, the infected objective markers don't get infected until the end of your command phase.
And you have to heal first.
And you heal during the command phase, so you won't get the infected if it's a new objective.
It's more of like a defensive heal kind of thing if you're holding your ground,
So like, if he was back, if this Predator got damaged, I could have healed him for a flat 3.
Every turn, I did that. I actually ended up doing that in one of my games to save one of my Plague Burst Crawlers, which was then clutch late game because he was just bombing things off of objectives. It's a great strat. The Death Guard have a couple key strats too.
Oh yeah.
These Necron strats, after playing the Necrons early on in 10th and then going around playing a bunch of different ones, I now fully understand how great these Necron strats are, especially with characters leading them. Beautiful strats. Outstanding. Every single one's good.
If possible, you should have a character in every single Necron squad.
Every squad that you've invested points into that could take a character, just slip one in there. They're not expensive.
Yeah, I think the only squad you had that couldn't was the flayed ones.
I think so, yeah.
They were still good without a character.
They were They had four attacks each, sustained hits on any hit against a
Half
weak
wound.
unit.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. And they reroll all wound rolls too. So
Yeah, full twin linked attacks. They're just good.
they're just good.
With infiltrate.
Yep. That's what I bring
And
them for
stealth.
the infiltrate. Yeah, I bring them for the infiltrate, but they got stealth and they're just annoying. The best way to kill them is in melee, but that's where they're strongest. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun game. Learned a lot.
I was gonna say, learned a lot about the game here. Hopefully you guys did as well. We're gonna sign off there. Stay tuned for more 10th edition battle reports to come. Many more Necron games to come. I'm pretty much only gonna play Silver Tide. It's the only way I've really liked playing Necrons, and I'm happy to say that I'm very excited for this edition that I can play Silver Tide again. Now, the second the edition gets too killy if it does, and I can't play Silver Tide anymore, well, I'll probably cry like a little baby and be sour like I was at the end of 9th edition. Happy wargaming, everyone. We'll catch you next time, and thanks again for Sean for the game.
Yeah.